9.
Shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Today's topic is going to be science and history. It's going to be a merged class of science and history. All right. We're going to start with, something simple, like, because people think that, that the sun, that the earth goes around the sun, when in reality, the sun actually serves the earth. Because sunshine comes and it produces flowers and things like that, and food. What service does the earth give to the sun? So that starts to tell you what revolves around what. I mean, that's kind of common sense right there. You know what I'm saying? One thing is serving the other. The sun serves the earth. That's why it rotates and goes around. All right. Let's go. We'll go to Joshua 10 and 15.
Okay. No. Everything that's up there?
Okay, well, that's right.
Lord.
You got the script, you got a Bible for it? Okay. Matter of fact, we're gonna go a little bit up before that, though. Yeah, your Bible. Okay. Go to Joshua 10, and we'll start at about the 11th verse. Yeah, Warrior, I might want you to sit up here so you can watch some questions.
I'm gonna go back there.
Oh, okay.
Just checking my clock. Joshua 10 and 11. And it came to pass as they fled from before Israel.
Go ahead.
And were and the going down to Bethhoron, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Azekon.
All right. Okay. That's a cop. Go ahead.
Azekon. And they died. They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword.
Hey, just like I said in one of the classes before, hey, the Lord loved to fight with them hailstones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord got his choice weapons. You know how we have our choice weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, some dudes prefer a 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Some guys prefer a shotgun. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Lord has some of his favorite weapons too. And one of his favorite weapons is that hail. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will tear you up with some hail. He did the Egyptians like that. You know what I'm saying? the Sodom and Gomorrah. He sent the fire. You know what I'm saying? And the hail together. Go ahead.
If I may, you know I'm a roofer. Are you talking about hell?
Hail, yeah.
Salaki, I ain't gonna lie. Like you'll never see that shit out of Salaki. You never see that shit out of Salaki. You never see it in the hood. I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing that keeps this car roofing. Cause the Lord
it be small in the hood.
God,
the hail don't be big, you know what I'm saying? It be small. And you know what it really is? It's actually a warning shot. You know what I'm saying?
In the white neighborhoods.
Yeah. Because that's who the Most High has his direct indignation against.
If I may.
That's why. That's why tornadoes hit their places and stuff like that. The Lord, he ain't got to be super fancy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Lord, he ain't got to be super fancy. The Lord hit you with the same stuff he's traditionally hit people with since the whole earth began. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how the Lord worked. I mean, we can sit there and come out with the greatest inventions of weapons and stuff like that. The Lord will hit you with simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Lord sent in hornets before the Canaanites. You know what I'm saying? He sent hornets to tear their behinds up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord he used a lot of simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? On the Egyptians, he also sent lightning bolts. You know what I'm saying? To kill their cattle. You know what I'm saying? He didn't send nukes and stuff like that. He sent them his traditional stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because Most High, he's old school. You know what I'm saying? He's old school. He tie you up with old school stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hail, lightning bolts. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff like that. He hit you with all of that type of stuff. The same stuff that he hit men with from generation to generation. You know what I'm saying? Nothing new under the sun, and his weapons ain't new either. He tear you up with the same old weapons. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He did the Egyptians like that. You know what I'm saying? They thought they were on some cutting edge stuff, and he sent hailstones down, and he sent the locusts to eat the crops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you ain't got no food. What good is your goddamn weapons gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no food, right? Go ahead.
They spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites.
Amorites, go ahead.
Before the children of Israel.
Because the Amorites were super powerful. Because notice, this is after Egypt's decline, right? Remember, I was talking about that. You had second nations, you know what I'm saying? Nations that were second, third, fourth, fifth, all of that. The Amorites were super powerful at this time. Go ahead.
So, like, if I may, who are Amorites?
That's one of the families of the Africans.
The Canaanites.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's Canaan, you know what I'm saying? From his son Amor. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying, in Spanish, love, ain't that Amor?
Amor, love you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you where the words and stuff, you know, come from, because that's what the dude's name was.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? Amor. And then his children were called the Amorites. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because they were looked at as being, what? Think about it today. That's why you always got to check your woman, too. You know what I'm saying? When your woman gets romanticized off stuff like France and, you know, Paris and, you know, all of that stuff. You got to really check her on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because she's being mysticized, if that's a word, mysticized off of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, in ancient times, on times of the Amorites and the different families of Canaan and everything. That's why the word is Amor. You see what I'm saying? Because they were romanticized too. You know what I'm saying? They were romanticized, you know, all the different families of Canaan and all of that work. You know what I'm saying? They made them, you know what I'm saying? You know, they wasn't just like what we think, like just some dusty. These people were on top of the world at this time. They were right up under the Egyptians. right up under them.
Oh, God.
They were the second. The Egyptians were first. You know what I'm saying? After Sodom and Gomorrah, the Egyptians were first. You know what I'm saying? Then right up under them was the Amorites, and then the other families of Canaan. You see what I'm saying? That's why the Lord sent us in to destroy the 7 nations of the Canaanites. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, because they were in the top 10 of world powers. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what was going on. Let's keep reading some more.
Okay. Before the children of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, son, stand thou still.
Wait a minute. What did he say again?
Son, stand thou still.
What is a son? It ain't talking about no dude. What is it talking about?
Son.
Why did he tell the sun to stand still? I mean, if the earth revolves around the sun, why did the Lord say for the sun to stand still?
To shine a light on them.
No. Let me tell you why. He says, sun stand still because people in ancient times didn't go to war at night. So if the Lord say, sun, stand still, command the sun to stand still, right? That means it would be 24 hours of day so that we could destroy our enemies. So why did he say earth stand still?
All right.
Why command the sun, not the earth? Think about that for a second.
But the sun brightens the whole earth.
No, why did he say which one moves?
The earth.
No.
The earth
Which one moves? He didn't say earth stand still. He said sun stand still.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the sun's move.
Yeah. There you go. Because the sun runs its course. He does what he's supposed to do. And the Lord commanded, you know what I'm saying? He got the command to stand still and not go down.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And he followed the order. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
He followed the order and he did that. So that we will be able to, so it will be daylight. You know what I'm saying? And we can destroy our enemy because sundown, it's time to stop war. It's time to stop. You know, the evening time, it's time to stop, just like it's time to stop. Actually, technically, it's time to stop working too. You know what I'm saying? We all had shifts and stuff like that we did. You get up in the morning, you go, you finish your shift. In the evening time, you rest. You know what I'm saying? You know, Issachar knows that well. They still hold on to a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, to a whole lot of the traditions and everything that we had since the world began. You know what I'm saying? And in the evening time, what does Issachar do? No. In the evening time, fiesta time. That's time to chill. You know what I'm saying? That's fiesta time. That's time to, you know what I'm saying? Remember, when you go into the screw in Genesis, it said he saw that rest was good. What's time you rest? In the evening. You know what I'm saying? And the land that it was pleasant, because what he do? He sit back, look at all his work. This is good. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Most High did when he was making everything. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Most High did when he was making everything. He, you know what I'm saying? He looked back and he saw that it was good. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what Issachar do. You know what I'm saying? They retire from their work in the evening for the most part. You know what I'm saying? When things all messed up right now, yeah, it's a little different, of course. You know what I'm saying? But Issachar has a specific gift when it comes to times. They do. I'm just saying. They have an extra portion in that area. Every tribe, you know what I'm saying, got a thing about them, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, extra portion. You know what I'm saying? We all got the same gifts. But some, you know, some gifts the Lord put an extra portion on you as a tribe to do it. You know what I'm saying? They understand times very well. Why you think the Mayan, what was it, the Mayan calendar, Cap? Is that what that was?
Right.
Why do you think when all, you know, they trying to find out stuff, they go to the Mayan calendar? Even Esau do that. You know what I'm saying? But he's the main one to do it. Why do you think that is? Because they have an extra gift in that area. You know what I'm saying? And they know it. The white man know it. He understands our gifts more than we do. Ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think he always sending a man of the tribe of Judah to free some hostages some goddamn work? You know why? Let me tell you why. Because we have an intercessory spirit on us, and they know.
Right.
Just like what happened during the time with Judah, you know what I'm saying? When you go into the Bible with the deal with Joseph and all of that, right? You know what I'm saying? Who was making intercessory during that time? Judah. You know what I'm saying? And Christ come on the tribe of Judah, and he makes intercession for us. You see what I'm saying? They be understanding this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They understand it. They know they we don't think they study us. They know that we that people, what they got, what's the word, antiquity or something?
God.
They know we're that people of that ancient people of antiquity. They know it. And they see how they can profit and benefit from it. Of course, they're gonna have to pay a price. A hefty price. You know what I'm saying? But they know. They've been knowing. You know what I'm saying? They've been knowing it. But the ones that's the elites and all of that, they've been knowing it. When I think about it, why do you think that they love to use, also they love to use the Haitians too? You know what I'm saying? They love to use, because, you know, they were the priests. You know what I'm saying? They love to use their gifts. That, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to, you know, certain prophecy and stuff like that, you know, on the left hand side, what they doing? They sitting there tipping people off and when the dope shipments is coming in, so they can be intercepted and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they always want to use people like Papa Dot Dubier and people like that. You know what I'm saying? They understand this stuff, and they, you know what I'm saying, certainly capitalize upon these things. You know what I'm saying? Zebulon, you know what I'm saying? Zebulon got to, you know what I'm saying, also a gift with ships and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? What do? They, you know, running the goddamn dope across, you know what I'm saying, on the ships. You see what I'm saying? You know, they understand these things and they study this stuff and they talk about this stuff among each other. And there's closed little circles. That's why, regardless of how many black celebrities that think that they so high up or whatever, there's certain meetings that they can't go to. You see what I'm saying? Because they think this dude might one day flip on us because that is his people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how much of a coon, they always run that threat. You see what I'm saying? Let's get back to the scripture, though.
All right.
The Lord and the day when the Lord delivered
Keep going, Ward.
the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel.
And the Lord stopped the sun for us. Because the sun, what was he going to do? He was going to do what he was made to do. run the circle of the earth like he was supposed to do. Go up, down, and around. You see what I'm saying? Now, tell me what revolves around what? Does the earth revolve around the sun, or does the sun revolve around the earth?
Earth revolves around the sun.
Say it again.
Earth revolves around the sun.
Oh, according to what we just read?
Okay.
Read it again, warrior.
No, I'm saying, I don't know if I'm saying it right. The earth
Read it again, warrior.
The Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites for the children of Israel.
No, take it back up. Take it back up when he said this, told the sun to stop, to stay up.
Before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel's son, stand thou still.
What did he say again?
Stand thou still.
What did he say? Who did he tell to stand still?
Israel.
No. Read it again.
He told the son to stand still.
Right.
Israel.
Yes, yes. He did. What did he say? It again. Say it loud.
Stand thou still.
He told the sun to stand still. Right. So which one revolves around which? Does the earth revolve around the sun, or does the sun revolve around the earth?
Sun revolves around earth.
There you go. That's the answer. The sun serves the earth. Brings light to the earth. What does the earth bring to the sun? Nothing. Say it again.
Nothing.
Right. So which one is the servant of who?
Sun is the servant of the earth.
That's right. Just like the moon. You see what I'm saying?
Servant of the earth.
The earth actually sits at the center of the universe. That's where the life is at. Right? It makes sense. You see what I'm saying? The sun has to run its course around the earth. It has to go up and down. That's the reason why it'll be daylight here and dark in Japan. And what did they say? The sun rises and sets in the east, right? They didn't say that the earth rises and sets, you know what I'm saying, anywhere. But people want you to believe that. You know why? They want you to believe that the earth revolves around the sun because they're sun worshipers, like the ancient Egyptians were. That's why. It's to throw everything backwards, you know, the opposite of what it is. You see what I'm saying? That's why they teach that. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Apostle Paul said, don't pay no heed to science falsely called.
Right.
That's why he said that. They were doing it then too. You know what I'm saying? What do people do? They worship Ra, the sun god, right? You see what I'm saying? They want to make it like, you know what I'm saying, everything revolves around the sun.
Right.
Because, like I said, they're sun worshipers. And the sun, you know, the earth provides nothing for the sun. Like I said, the sun is the earth's servant. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? How much food is produced on the sun?
Nothing, no.
How much food is produced from the sunlight to the earth? Yes. Which one serves?
All the plants and okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the point. Do we have any questions? I want to see a question in this bad boy.
Somebody said hallucendric.
Said what?
Hallucendric.
Hallucendric.
I guess like maybe some kind of chemical or something.
Okay, what the hell is that? I need.
Hello. It's like hallucindric.
Heliocentric.
Heliocentric.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't either. That's what he just said. Just heliocentric.
Like probably some
gonna-
kind of chemical.
He's gonna have to explain what it is he's talking about. You know. Anyone else? Any other questions?
Nah, sir.
Okay. That wasn't a question. That was just like a statement. You know,
They probably saying like
a little
somebody.
sensitive. You know, somebody just having a intellectual discourse. You know, ejaculation or something. I don't know what they just want to spew out something, some big word that they know. Maybe I don't know. All right. Anyway, yeah, let's get back to the scriptures. Though. He gonna have to explain what he means with that. You know, she okay, cool. And she gonna have to explain. You know what I'm saying? Having knowledge ain't just about knowing a bunch of big words.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Son, stand thou still.
They told the sun to stand still. Right. Because the sun would be normally doing what? Running. Making his rounds just like he always do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Straight up. That's what he would do normally. You know what I'm saying?
Upon Gideon. And thou, moon, and
among what? Gibeah. What's the name of it again?
Gideon.
I don't think it's Gideon.
Probably
Gibeah, probably.
Gibeah. It's Gibeon.
Gibeon. Right. That was a land that the Amorites inhabited.
Amorite.
Right.
Come.
He told the sun to stand still over that specific land, because otherwise the sun would go to another land. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And thou, moon, in the valley of Ajalon.
And it said the moon was given the order too. To stand over what?
The valley of Ajalon.
Yeah. The moon was given an order also. Because both of them move around the earth. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? They're meant to serve the earth. You know what I'm saying? What was the Lord's greatest creation that he loved the most?
I want to say to Israel.
Man, yes.
You
know what I'm saying? And he made all of that stuff to serve us. And out of that, and you were right also too, breaking it down, being more specific. Yes, the world was made for our sake. See what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep going, Ward.
And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed.
Right, both of them. So what secret does this unlock of the universe? Like I was saying.
Lord control it. Oh.
No, we don't want to be vague. It states that all of this stuff serves the earth. The earth is at the center of the universe, like I said before. You see what I'm saying? And everything goes around it. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. Why you think that there's 6 months, North Pole and South Pole, there's 6 months of darkness? You see what I'm saying?
On the earth.
Yeah, the lights on the earth. And understand something. If the sun is moving like that and going up and down and moving like that, it's because the sun shines less there. You see what I'm saying? That's not in his orders to do those rounds like that. You know what I'm saying? In that specific fashion. That's why you have months of darkness in the South Pole and in the North Pole. You know what I'm saying? Alaska and stuff like that. Because that's not in his orders to do the rounds a specific kind of way. You see what I'm saying? And what do they have there? Ice. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. And the sun, like I was saying, like I think it was last week, the sun has certain alterations to it. It has a cooler side. And that's why we can have a bright, sunny day in the winter. And it don't be scorching hot like it would be in the summer. Because now we can see the cool side of the sun. Even though it's bright, you know what I'm saying? Just as bright, but it's not as hot. You see what I'm saying? The Lord made everything perfect. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is he's a master architect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Let's keep rocking.
And until the people have avenged themselves upon their enemies.
Upon their enemy. Who were our enemies was them Amorites. You know what I'm saying? The Most High made the sun stay up until we avenged ourselves upon our enemies. And like I was saying before, they were second running with Egypt.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? They were the next most powerful nation on the face of the planet. Another Hamite nation.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? And we wonder why Hamites have it so damn bad right now, which our people have this damn heartfelt, you know what I'm saying? You know, concerning them and stuff like that. They had their goddamn time. They had their time. You know what I'm saying? All of them. They were the most powerful people. Then you look at the Philistines and all of them. These were they never had a time, you know, in the Bible, especially you go in the Old Testament where they wasn't in power. So they deserve what they got now. Why have compassion and stuff upon them? You know what I'm saying? They had their time. You know what I'm saying? That's why they looking like how they looking now. So why the hell should we be worried about what the hell's going on in Africa? You know what I'm saying? When they done had their time and they done cleaned our clocks and they put us in great oppressions and had us sinning and all of that stuff, just like what the white man doing now.
Right.
And we still want to cling on to them. Let them get they stuff. Let them get what they issue. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, damn, you know. We become Israel. We find out we Israelites, and then first thing we want to do is go grab it out to Africans.
Come.
The hell? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Really though? We want to become that kind of, you know what I'm saying, Israelite. The Africanish, the Shiki, the Shikalites.
Good. They got a Israelite group, a fake Israelite group now called Ghana Israelites. From Ghana.
Oh boy.
And they were all wearing like red shirts, like they're IUIC, but red in Africa. They're break off probably.
Good night. Probably so. Because for one thing, this is one thing that, you know, heathens, they can't stand to be told what to do by Negroes. And that's probably why they started their group. You know, that's probably why they started their group.
Good. What can you learn from a break-off group but to break off?
Exactly.
You don't learn no loyalty or nothing.
Shout out to General Kathungaba. That's what his quote. You know what I'm saying? That was a mean quote right there. Give me a second word. That was a mean quote right there. You know what I'm saying? I remember he was battling somebody. This before I came in the troop. I wasn't even in the troop yet. And I heard General Kathungaba say that. I'm like, dang, it was a mean quote right there. That was, man, that's dead on. What could you learn?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't learn nothing else.
Right.
Except to do what they did. That's it. That's the final conclusion of what it's gonna come to or what you with. You know, you're gonna do what they did, they learned to break off, you're gonna learn the same damn thing. That's the reason why groups like the Purple Punks is having such a hard time and everything, because that's what they did. Go ahead.
If I could, that's exactly what I want to speak on. They had one of the Americans get arrested. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen the video.
I ain't seen that.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, fake Israelite group got arrested.
God, you know what I'm saying?
Purple Punk though?
God. I think it was IUIC.
Nah, it was a different group.
You sure? I seen purple.
It was Sakari.
Oh, I seen purple.
I did see that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they got locked up a few times, didn't they? Yeah, that wasn't the first time for them. One time was a few years ago.
When he pushed the devil.
Okay.
He pushed one of the pressers and all that, you know. He say lock him up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying,
we push devils, don't get locked up.
All right.
You know what I'm
saying? I said we push devils and don't get locked up.
Devils
exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to
yeah.
say. It wasn't of the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Right.
I can't believe
that. Had one where GMS pushed a devil woman. They use that as propaganda against them, which is good because hell, they need to be propagandized. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, they in the wrong too. You know, they did the same damn thing. You know, all of that breaking off and all of that bull. That's why one of the problems we have such a hard time right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna say it's hard. It's a very challenging time for us. You know what I'm saying? Because of all of that, all the breakoffs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And people calling us when I was in Louisville one time. Dudes were like, yeah, I'm wearing all black. He's like, so you with the purple dudes? You know what I'm saying?
Mom.
You know.
So I lock you.
I'm like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? I was passing out flyers at one of the old hoods and everything. It was like, you with the purple dudes? No, I'm not with them. They look like I'm wearing purple. We look way different than them, you know what I'm saying? But see what the split offs does? It messes up the whole truth. It messes everything up. You can't be one body like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But like you, it was one of y'all said it. Once they pick up the pressure on us, they're gonna back out.
Yeah.
Straight up, cause we're gonna be out here. Believe that.
Yeah, damn right.
Hold them up.
Damn right.
You know
what I'm saying? They gonna be shrieking back.
And
let this World War III thing start to pick up more. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, oh damn. You know, we don't want to be looked at as terrorists. They're going to have this whole terrorist fear of being looked at as terrorists. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have that intensely. We going to get bolder. They going to shriek. And that's going to be our time. Go ahead.
And if I could, I ain't going to lie, it hurt me. Because it seems like they trying, but they just say, in the fuck, Aslaki. This is not in the truth. Like, all them brothers serving him and all that, like, it hurt me, I ain't going to lie. When they could be in the truth, we all could be doing something one body. When they over there serving that bullshit,
right? And here's the thing: what you're saying is heavy, Warrior. Because see, here's the thing: they don't like the structure. They hate certain men.
That
was inside when they was in the truth. They hated certain men. You know what I'm saying? And they figure I'd rather just be a break off than to follow this man's orders. Just like the GMS dude. That man he hated General Lahab. He hated that man. You know what I'm talking about, Cap, right? He hated that man. You know what I'm saying? Because that man, let me tell you why he hated him. And understand something, Warrior. You know what I'm saying? Don't build a bitterness toward a man that corrects you. And that's why he hated him like that. It was a subtle deal. It wasn't all at once. You know what I'm saying? You know, he'd be like, you know, such and such or whatever. And then, you know, General Ha be like, you know, Tahar, you know, such and such, you know what I'm saying? And corrected the man, you know. He was his reader at one point when he kept.
I don't know too much about them two. Exactly.
He was his reader. The Commander General Yohanna mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? And how he would get, you know, into our shit. Salaki. You know what I'm saying? To stop him from doing what it was that he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And he kept him in check. That's why he hates him so badly. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I think Tahar's mom was a devil. I mean, Commander General Yohanna was asking about that. You know what I'm saying? But I think, you know what I'm saying, that probably was true because, you know what I'm saying, and he probably reminded him some of his black daddy. You know what I'm saying? Probably so. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was, you know, but a man gives you correction and everything, take the correction. Don't hate the man because of it. You know what I'm saying? That's why these split off groups started to happen. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
If I could, I'm gonna lie, you know, first comment to you know, I ain't like that either. But in the scriptures, it said that's why I put men over you, give you wise counsel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Men, officer of 50, officer of 1,000, straight up.
You gotta
I
think
heard
about,
that today.
right.
You
gotta think about the greater cause.
Cut
You have
gun.
to. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about put that garbage aside and think about the greater cause. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to think about that. Go ahead, Word.
If I could, you know what I'm saying? I think about that like that's why the Lord put also on me. I might think something else, but straight up, that He said in the scripture, that's why it's men over you.
Right.
For wise counsel. Straight up.
And you know who really can't stand that even more than brothers?
Women.
Yeah, exactly. They can't stand that. You know what I'm saying? They can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna have to damn get with it. Real talk. Because I mean, you know, they think, you know, what do they say? Oh, you trying to control me. Look, a woman gonna be controlled by somebody. If it's not you, imagine having a woman you're not controlling, but somebody else is.
A white man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Christian pastor, they all controlling her. Everybody controlling your woman but you. Really? You know what I'm saying? How that make you feel? You know what I'm saying? Everybody controlling your woman except for you. How that make you feel? How that make you look as a man? All of that.
Right on the nail.
Right. It's not a good look. It's not a good feeling. You being emasculated every damn day. You know what I'm saying? To hell with that. You know what I'm saying? You better control her, or someone else will. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Real talk. You better. So when she sit there saying you trying to be controlling, and you damn right you're trying to be controlling. You're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Just like you control your kids. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to control your kids any damn way. Your dog, your cat, whatever the hell is up under your authority. You better control her too. You see what I'm saying? You better. Or someone else will. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into scripture.
And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies.
Right. Okay, there we go. Okay, now what we're gonna do? Let's go to Psalms 19 and 1. Also, too, this is another thing to realize too, right? We're dealing with science. What does the moon get its light from?
So, like, if I may,
go ahead.
From the sun.
Yeah. And there's a precept on that too, also. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to, before we go into Psalms 19, I want to go into where Joseph's dream. Joseph's dream.
Exorcist? Salaki.
Joseph had a dream. Now, this is before he went into captivity.
So Exorcist, no?
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up right quick. Just see what. It's not Exodus.
No.
It's in Genesis.
Okay, I wonder what y'all saying. I was trying to guess to see if I know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Genesis, Joseph. I want to say probably the end of Genesis, no?
Give me a second.
Karukan. Tyran's online, you know. He says he's lying most high in Christ.
Okay. Let me about to pull it up right quick. Give me Genesis 37 and 9.
37 9, Karukan. Genesis 37:9. And he dreamed yet another dream and told it his brethren.
He told it to his brothers.
And said, behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11.
What did the sun and moon represent?
Salakia?
What did the sun and moon represent?
A dream.
No? I'm talking about gender, Salakia. Let me be more plain with it.
Oh,
gender-wise, Salakia. Go ahead.
Dang. The sun is the male.
Right.
And the moon is a female.
Right.
You know, because the...
Right. What was, yeah, so
Damn.
when he saw the sun and the moon, the son of the moon was, you know what I'm saying, the sun was Jacob and the moon was Rachel.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because the moon was showing up the male.
No, there's the thing. The moon gets its light from the sun.
Moon is like...
You know what I'm saying? So if the sun doesn't produce light for the moon, what that mean for the moon? If the moon decided I want to get away from the sun.
If I could, but...
What do you mean? If the moon decided I want to get away from the sun, I don't want to be, I'm a divorcing the sun. What that mean?
She won't shine. Like, but she won't make it.
The moon will be dark. No light at all.
Mm.
You the light of your woman.
If I could.
Like you know what I'm saying? Which one's the most glorious? The sun or the moon?
God.
You know what I'm saying? Where the equality at in that? Huh?
God, if I could.
Go ahead.
If I don't look good and you don't look good, then we don't look good. Nah, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
God.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you see the half moon and quarter moon, because the sun's shining on one side. It's not shining like that on the other. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not shining like that on the other side. That's why you see half and quarter moons. You see what I'm saying? When you see the full moon, that means the sun is closer.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know, the quarter moon and half moon is like when, you know what I'm saying, the dude might be away for a little second or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's still light still shining up on the rib. You know what I'm saying? As long as she's in order and doing what she need to do, and then the sun comes back, you know what I'm saying? You know, just like you come back, and the next thing you know, then your woman light up. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Your woman light up. You know what I'm saying? Bang. Her light come from you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Let's keep reading.
Come on. Behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made absent.
Read it again. Read it slow, word.
And the 11 stars made absent.
How many sons of Jacob was it?
11.
12. Counting Joseph. He didn't count himself in that. You know what I'm saying? He the one that's dreaming the dream.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he didn't count himself inside that. That's why he said 11. 11 had to do with his brothers. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Go ahead.
Absent to me. And he.
Wait a minute. Say they did what?
Absent to me.
Okay, read it slower. I want
to. 11 stars made absent to
30,
me.
We have 37-9, right?
37-9 total cons to end.
Okay. Let me go ahead. All right. Go ahead. Keep going.
And he told it to his father and to his brethren. And his father rebuked him.
See, none of them like this dream right here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody like this dream. He told this to his brothers and it made them hate him, you know what I'm saying, even more. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie, if I could, I'd already read this in the past. So I mean, the Sabbath. We not the Passover. You know,
Y'all read this already?
We read this the
Yeah.
Sabbath.
Was that right?
Last Saturday.
Right. Was
I already
that
know what's
right?
gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
Right. You know, but the point is with that, you know what I'm saying? You know, like the sun is represented as a he and the moon is she, and that's why he broke it down, the dream down like that. You know what I'm saying? One serves the other, you know what I'm saying? And both of them serve the earth. You see what I'm saying? And the stars and everything. All of that, you know what I'm saying? The stars, you know, all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? All of that, the universe is made to serve the earth. You see what I'm saying?
For the 12 tribe of Israel.
Right. The Lord made man here. He didn't make it on the planet, other planets and all of that. He made it here. He made him here. You see what I'm saying? And he gave us every good thing for us. As a matter of fact, let's go into that. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's go into the scripture where to talk about I've given you every green thing. Let's go into that.
What's like if I could?
Go ahead.
Because then in the scripture that he said that he loves us more than the angels. Like we were like his most like.
Well, here's the difference between us and the angels. The Lord, it's not that he loves us more than the angels. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? What it is he understands the creation of both of us. You see what I'm saying? So the angels are way stronger than we are. You see what I'm saying? We die. You know? They don't die. You see what I'm saying?
And if I could,
angels, you cannot whip an angel. You see what I'm saying? Men can be beaten. You know what I'm saying? Men, we go to the dust, we die, we have to, you know what I'm saying? We have to eat, we have to, you know, have all of this stuff to survive and stuff like that. They're not bound by the same laws. So the Lord has compassion upon us. You see what I'm saying? He has compassion and mercy upon us because he understands. It's like the difference between a grown man and a baby, right? Say you got two kids, one is 20 and one is, 2. You know what I'm saying? Which one you gonna have more compassion upon? This 20-year-old, he's strong, he's big, he's fat, he can do this, and he's smart, he's all of this. But then you got that little 2-year-old, he's damn near helpless. You see what I'm saying? He's damn near helpless, And so what do? You teach him, you such and such a, you know what I'm saying? And then what you do also is you tell the, your 20-year-old, hey, look after him. And that's what the angels do for us. You see what I'm saying? They do that for us. They look out for us. They're stronger in power and everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the Lord understands that. It's like taking the big brother, and tell him, take care of your little brother over here. Look out for him. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Your little brother, he's a baby. He can't even walk yet, Ollie. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And the angels, they can know what we think and all that too, huh?
Yeah, the angels, they know, you know what I'm saying?
They all have different abilities.
Right. Yeah, they have different abilities, you know what I'm saying? But in every ability, they're superior to us. You know what I'm saying? Superior means they're better at it than us.
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, so I can know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, like, so I can get right.
Right.
I got to stop the thoughts and all that, the evil demons and all that stuff. So
right.
I can, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you have angels that can do different things that are good with different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael, he's the best fighting angel in heaven. You know what I'm saying? He's better at fighting, you know what I'm saying, than any. That's why he's the captain of the hosts. And that's why he's also, what Michael's job is with us right now, even with us being in this messed up state, you know what I'm saying? To make sure that the enemies don't kill all of us. You know what I'm saying?
For real?
Yeah. To make sure that they don't kill all of us.
Go.
That everything is measured. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
You know that. Michael will be probably the reason. Like when we was walking over to the liquor store that time, and the cop wanted to block the street off just so we could cross the street.
Go.
If it wasn't for that, he'd see us for what we were and want to murder us. You see what I'm saying? You got angels. The angels keep demons in check. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the angels, they keep certain demons that want to devour and destroy us in check. You know what I'm saying? They tell them what to do. Get the hell away from them. You ain't messing with them. You see what I'm saying? So now, how does that go into the natural? Hey guys, you need me to block the street off for you? You see what I'm saying? It goes into that.
What's up, brother?
Yeah. Hey, brother. How you doing? Hey, brother. You know what I'm saying? On the earth, the Lord is a man of war, right? And it's always one thing that checks another. The lion keeps the hyena in check. You see what I'm saying? Certain fish keep another fish in check. You see what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? That's how intricate you know what I'm saying, everything that the Lord made is. You know what I'm saying? One thing can keep another thing in check. You know what I'm saying? So that thing is not just, you know what I'm saying, totally dominating. You know what I'm saying? It's like that with everything. You know? You got the think of anything. Think of any animal, any predatory animal, and it's something that keeps that animal in check. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's keep with the read.
Go. Slagia.
What?
Looking for a camp. I want to say Mikiel. Yahweh. Looking for a camp home from St. Louis. Ain't seen nobody.
Ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen. Yeah, he probably just don't know. You got Captain DeGalgabar in St. Louis. Type that in. You know what I'm saying? Captain DeGalgabar. Well, he needs to watch the St. Louis classes and everything so he can get that information.
Is that YouTube or Facebook?
It's Facebook. On yours.
Yeah, he needs to get that.
Leave that in there because if you pull it out, it's going to turn the camera on.
Yeah, you got a great school with a great brother that's running that school. You know what I'm saying?
No sweat.
Yeah,
no, I'm pretty sure he's still online, so he's watching it.
Captain DeGalgabar, you know, he needs to really, you know, get inside those classes and, you know what I'm saying, and go and start, you know, help that brother, help him to build the truth.
And he said, how do we know turrets are UFOs?
Okay, UFO is unidentified flying object. You know what I'm saying? That's a name, you know what I'm saying? Anything that's unidentified is going to be labeled with that label. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't like to use the term UFO and stuff like that. You know, we the truth, we need to call stuff what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, go ahead.
So what do you mean, like, what it is?
Okay, unidentified.
That's what you would call it?
Flying object.
That's what you would call it?
That he said, how do we know they're UFOs? That's what he said. That's his question, right? UFO means unidentified flying object. Yeah. That's what UFO means.
That's what
UFO means.
What
we need to do is take off the, you know what I'm saying, the whole, you know, the whole damn, what was it, the Twilight Zone, you know what I'm saying? What was that? What did that show? With Mulder and Scully, what was the name of it?
I ain't gonna lie.
X-Files. We need to take the X-Files mindset out of our minds. You know what I'm saying? That's what UFO means, is an unidentified flying object. If I sit there and sailed a certain type of balloon up in the sky. You didn't know what the hell it was. So you was an unidentified flying object. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes perfect sense. It's
You know,
letters.
yeah.
The initials.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got to
God.
take that mindset out of the game. You know what I'm saying? And be more real. All right. Well, let's keep reading.
Kind of gun.
As a matter of fact, I think we might be done on that, though.
Kind of gun.
Now let's go to Psalms 19:1.
Kind of gun. Psalm 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament surely his handiwork.
Right. It shows his handiwork. I mean, the Most High put all of this stuff into play. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Day unto day uttered speech, and night unto night shewed knowledge.
Okay, let me go to that. Read it.
Shoot it. I want to say, I don't know, I could be wrong. Shoot it. Shot it.
Okay, so the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. Think about it. You get this? It shows knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We can look up and just see certain things and be like, you know, we'll learn stuff. Like people that don't have the Bible, that never had it, can learn certain things just by watching the stuff that the Lord made. You know what I'm saying? Just by watching it. Hell, the Japanese were doing. That's why they got a goddamn kung fu style for every animal that they, you know what I'm saying? They got a kung fu style for every damn animal ever created.
Yes.
Because what do? They watch what it does, how it moves, and they actually learn things from it. That's why they known for wisdom, ain't they, Cap? The Japanese and all of that been known for ancient wisdoms and stuff like that, which is twisted, of course, but still, they did learn a lot of things. Go ahead.
If I could, I should move the
Right.
talking tiger,
the
lion.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know, with their little signs, the year of the dragon, the rabbit, the this, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
They watch the habits of these things.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why the rabbit is looked at for fertility.
What do you mean fertility?
Having children.
That's what the rabbit.
Yeah. The rabbit is known for what? The rabbits don't have a natural defense. You know what I'm saying? They don't have sharp teeth, claws, none of that. So how do they defend themselves other than running?
By making more children.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's how they defend themselves. And they see stuff like that, and they get wisdom from it. Damn. You know what I'm saying? They see things like that, and they get knowledge and wisdom from it. Why you think you got so many goddamn Chinese on the earth? Man, they understand reproductive. Your ability to reproduce is a solid weapon, and that's the rabbit's only weapon. Damn, you know what I'm saying? That's his only weapon. And they took from that, and what did they start to do? Reproduce. Yeah. But you know what we do?
Abortion.
We do that. You know what I'm saying? We do the damn opposite. We think it's defense in killing your kids or doing birth control. You know what I'm saying? When the Bible tells you straight up that children are a weapon. You know what I'm saying? And it is good for, it's another, I'm paraphrasing, but it says it's good for a man to keep many of them in his quiver, like arrows. You know what I'm saying? They will take something like that. King Solomon will come with a riddle concerning the rabbit. They'll come up and they'll just get that little piece by giving King Solomon all of these gifts. They'll get that little piece of knowledge and they'll go back and say, Let's keep producing more children. Let's stop sacrificing them to the gods and all of that. And let's do what that king said. They ain't gonna have so much respect for him in their own land. You know what I'm saying? Let's do what that nigga told us to do. What he said was wise. Yeah, I know we hate him, but he's right. You see what I'm saying? And what they do? Start producing children.
That's why they got a big army now.
Yeah. They got an army of 200 million.
The Chinese.
Yeah.
We only got how many? Not even that much.
They have an army. That's one of the, and you know what? That nugget of wisdom is going to be one of the reasons. Well, that's one of the reasons why they're so highly respected upon the earth today. They have sheer numbers. You know what I'm saying? Numbers. They have manpower like you wouldn't believe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Hell. And think about it. King Solomon probably could have gave him a nugget like that. You know what I'm saying?
Ha! You told me about that.
Something so simple.
Oh, God. Just a nugget.
Right.
And they'll break off.
And they capitalize on it.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm
It'll
saying?
bring them up.
Right.
Make them more wiser.
Right. Right.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? The ant. Right? Okay. You have different kinds of ants. You have the fighter ants, the defenders. And then you have the worker ants. You see what I'm saying? And then you have the queen ant that produces more ants. You see what I'm saying? And what do? They strong enough, they built cities up under the damn ground.
Man, Salakia, man. Please
you see what I'm saying?
That ain't gonna lie.
They built cities up under the ground. Cities, tunnels, chambers, nurseries. Goddamn, they got a goddamn KFC up under there.
If I could. My grandfather started telling me, that, man, are you smarter than that? Or that's smarter than you? You know what I'm saying?
Real talk. And then, you know what I'm saying? They got, the workers, the one that work, and then they got the fighters.
Oh,
the ones that hold post. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's there to defend, just like with the bees, it's the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You got the fighter bees, the bees that go out there and kick behind. And you have the worker bees. You see what I'm saying? All of it to make sure that the survival of the bees, that they thrive upon the earth. You see what I'm saying? We can learn a lot from watching animals. Go ahead.
Learn from you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? All the movies, all the mafia movies, all the truth unions, all the unions, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to be like. God. We're the only race that don't do that.
Well, we're going to start.
I.S.U.P.K.
We're going to start.
You know
what I'm saying?
We're
going to be a force to be reckoned with. And here's the funny thing about it, though. Like this is a problem I got with them red pill dudes. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Them guys that be on, you know what I'm saying? The red pill dudes that be on like YouTube and stuff like that, right? They hate what they call the thug, right? They look at themselves as something, you know what I'm saying, great or whatever, because they got a good job or whatever the damn case is, and knows how to talk with the vernacular of the devil and all of that. They make it like their biggest problem is the thug. And then one of them broke down and said, well, they can be like the army and everything, but, they need to be more, pretty much saying they need to be more like us. They could be like the army or something, but, other than that, they ain't got no use. Well, tell the bees that. Tell them what they would be without their army. You know what I'm saying? What would they be? A bunch of workers, right? And that's all they will be? Go ahead.
Good. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't show them up. They can say what they want. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Before I came to the truth, I was roofing, making money up in the state to state and all that
it's
shit.
Good to do that.
It brought me to more drugs. More weed. You know what I'm saying? That's what it did for me. Until I came in this truth and have, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
But those brothers, they try and say, that those type of brothers should be more like them.
Hell no.
That's what they try to say. You know,
Man, that
and
shit
they put it like,
destroyed me.
oh, they'd be just the soldiers and everything. Well, goddamn, what are you if you don't have an army? What are you?
You ain't nothing.
You're
You're just a
nothing at
slave.
all. Exactly. You know,
Like,
every
kill
even
me.
the smallest insignificant nations understand that, right? Now,
If
even they understand that. The simple concept like that. Go ahead.
I came here roofing, but I found out the UPK was here.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the first week,
that's great. You gotta trade. That's great. That's great. You know what I'm saying? But what the only point that I'm making is they are calling regular black men just the thugs and all of that, and you know what I'm saying, the thug this and the thug that, and they mad because they figure that he's getting some box that they figure they should have. You know what I'm saying? They having the mindset like the slave master. You know what I'm saying? That's what they really having. They having like the slave master's mindset and everything. But putting it like, they would just be the soldiers and everything, and such and such and such. Well, look at how America looks at its soldiers.
They'll throw away
Support your
3,000.
troops. Support your troops. You know what I'm saying? They understand that. You know what I'm saying? The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the police department, they rest on those. You take that out of the way, there will be no white dominance. You know what I'm saying? That would go in the they whole white dominance would go in the trash. You take all of that stuff away, you know what I'm saying? They love their soldiers. We the only ones that hate ours. You know what I'm saying? We the only race that actually hate our soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And that's a damn shame. That's a shame. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That is a damn shame. What other nation can you think of?
Not one.
What tribal people anywhere?
Not one. We're the only one.
Yeah, a little band of anything. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that but us. We're the only ones that do that. Because we hoping in a nation that cannot save us, like the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always, you know what I'm saying, when I be battling them red pill dudes, I let them know, I'm like, hell, he's better. That thug that you talk about is better than you. You know what I'm saying? If on their job, their little office job that they got, if they told them to wear pink for breast cancer month, this dumb nigga be running around with a pink shirt on. You know what I'm saying? While the nigga in the street would be like, the hell with that. I ain't wearing no goddamn pink. You know what I'm saying? You know, he will cover, he'll do it. And then here's the thing too. They gonna have to compete with that black woman for these job positions, so they gonna have to act more like her. They gonna have to act more like her. What's they gonna do for their manhood? You know what I'm saying?
Change it. You gonna be fabulous.
Exactly.
Hold them up.
They could be running around talking to you like a man in 1 minute, but then go around them and start talking like some goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Sodomite. You know what I'm saying? Street niggas ain't doing that. Street nigga talk street. But he would, you know what I'm saying, the boss, he trying to get the job, or he's in the street. He talking the same damn way. I respect a man way more. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the scriptures.
Psalm 19:2. Day unto day utter speech, and night unto night short knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is going out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. And have he set a tabernacle for the sun which is as a bridegroom.
Let's read that right, warrior. Take your time.
Bridegroom coming out of his chamber.
Here it is. Tabernacle for the son.
Right.
Who is like the bridegroom coming out of the chamber. Right.
Like
bridegroom,
she coming straight. She coming into
out of the chamber. He coming out
darkness.
of the tent. No.
The bridegroom coming out of the darkness.
No. Coming out of the darkness.
God.
Not coming into it. Coming out.
God.
Shine up on everything. You know what I'm saying? Shine down. Blinging. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Down a Corleone.
Go.
You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Go ahead.
And rejoice as a strong man to run a race.
As a strong man to run a race. Because what does the son do? He come out, you know what I'm saying? And what, like I was just saying before, it circles the earth. Like a strong man to run the race. Because what is his job? His job is to circle the earth. So he come out in joy to go do that. You know what I'm saying? Come out like a strong man, like a nigga that's going to sprint at the commandment of the Most High. That the commandment, the Most High told him to do every day.
Go, come.
You know what I'm saying?
Go,
and what is one of the things that we say in the UPK? You follow the order until you're told otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the son is doing. He's following the order until he's told otherwise.
Why do I gotta
He ain't asking that.
Exactly. No, I'm saying I'm putting my head on more. You know, I need that.
He's like, hey, I got the order, Most High Christ.
Go.
That's what he is. We can learn a lot from watching the sun.
Damn, that's lucky.
We can learn a lot from watching the sun. He get that order. You know what I'm saying? He run that course until he's told otherwise. He was told otherwise during the time of Joshua to stand still, to not run that day. You know what I'm saying? Until he's over Gabir. And let me let you in on something else. We're going to have the same type of power.
What does that mean?
We're going to have the ability.
To what?
To tell the sun to stand still until we destroy our enemies. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Everything is done, you know what I'm saying, to show us something. The Most High is saying, look what y'all can do. That's why it's here. That's why the records are here. Look what y'all gonna be able to do. You know what I'm saying? There's a scripture for that. I think it's Colossians when it talks about having in you. I'm paraphrasing, to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. We're gonna be grown up then. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be adults then. We're gonna be able to have the ability like that to say, stand still, storm stop. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody had a question online.
Cut.
You gotta catch these questions. Tyran Wesby asks, young man Tyran, question: since the Most High made his promise to Abraham's sons, would that cover Abraham and his whole family, or just his seed through Isaac?
The seed through Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Because we look at Abraham is also the father of the Arabs. He's also the father of the white man. You see what I'm saying? He's the father of the Arabs and the white man.
Who is?
Abraham.
Is he not also the son of Lot?
No, he's not the son of Lot.
He's
the uncle of Lot.
That's crazy though. How we all like connected, but I don't know what they did to piss the Lord off.
You know what I'm saying? They are not the children of the promise. If that was the case, then why would Abraham take Ishmael and his brothers and send them in one direction? He sent them east.
But Ishmael,
I'm saying,
I feel you, but I know Ishmael is an African.
No, Ishmael is an Arab.
Damn.
And his brothers too.
But it's crazy though.
You know what I'm
crazy,
saying? His brother, the brothers were the children of Abraham's other rib when Sarah died and everything. Keturah. You know what I'm saying? They make up the Arabians.
But it's crazy,
and also too, if I will, also too, the children of Nahor too.
Nahor.
You know what I'm saying? Abraham's brother. Second oldest.
Who's Nahor?
Nahor is Abraham's brother. Abraham had two brothers.
But what race?
Syria. But you have different type of Syrians, you know what I'm saying? But you have devils mingled in with them and shit like that. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They were the original Syrians.
But it's like only reason they're getting punished because what they did to us. Or no?
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Think about it. There was no beef between us and them at first until with Jacob and Laban. That started the beef.
What is the Laban?
Laban was Jacob's uncle.
But what did they do?
What's that?
What did they do to us? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's slavery.
Yeah.
That was the only reason.
Yeah, I mean.
So if they never did that.
Yeah, they had played their hand in it too. See, here's the thing. It's always a ball it's always something that sets the ball rolling. That's one of the reasons why I like Genesis so much. Because it also shows the beginning of beefs between us and everyone else. How they envied us like that. You see what I'm saying?
Because, if I may, because like we all, you know what I'm saying, like from scripture, like even Esau was our fucking brother.
Yeah.
So like in my language. But he messed up. That's what he sold his birthrights and all that.
Well, not only that.
What else?
Esau was just an evil man.
Okay.
Period.
Because
and his children.
Because what I've been reading is like they can say that he really was Jacob's brother.
Right.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. But it's a reason the Lord made them two. That's why he spoke to Rebecca concerning them. Oh. These would be two totally different type of people.
God, totally different type of nation.
Yeah.
God.
They will be totally different from each other. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Think about it. One will have rhythm, the other one won't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? They like that two totally different dudes. Of course, you think they look like brothers? They look nothing like each other at all. They were made to be enemies. That's why they were fighting in the womb. Go ahead. One like fried chicken. Brothers. The other one like chicken and champagne or whatever. You know with no seasoning, no flavor, none of that. You know what I'm saying? One like his steak well done. The other one like his raw. We're totally different from one another. We're not the same. Go ahead.
One of the brothers, Michael, Yahweh, and I can break all down. I tell the truth. I lie not. Know all the devices.
Okay, we need every. Read it plain, boy. Just read it plain.
And I can break all down. I tell the truth. I lie not. Know all the devices of Esau.
Okay, see, he's saying that he knows all the devices of Esau.
You know what I'm talking about?
Is that what he's saying?
Got a gun.
Okay, cool. Great. Well, if he's not inside the ISUPK, obviously he doesn't know all the devices of Esau.
Because he got Michael Yahweh. Michael.
If he's in the ISUPK, then I'll say he's, you know what I'm saying, learning all the devices of Esau. Anyone that's not inside with us does not know all the devices of Esau.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He thinks he does. He knows some.
That's just like the brother that pulled up out here on the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know he's
right.
That? No.
You know what I'm saying? There's a pride of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You get a little, you know, a lot of times we get a little bit of knowledge and we think, yeah, see, I know all of that. You know, and that don't be the case. You know. Go ahead.
Mate, I mean, I've been known by the I.S.U.K. since 10 years ago, and I don't know shit.
Right,
Yeah.
But at
You
least
know
you
what
can
I'm saying?
admit that you don't know nothing.
Oh, God.
Some brothers out there, they swipe it down, they know it all.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? They know all the devices of Esau.
Oh,
Well,
God.
obviously, our device is obviously working against him if he's not inside with us.
Oh, God.
So obviously, that part of the devices of Esau, he don't know.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying,
Because brothers like that will sit there and say, well, you know, I feel what y'all said and all of that, but you know, just, you know.
I know this.
Yeah, but
I know
you
some
know,
of that.
but you know, such and such, you know, it's a reason why I ain't with y'all. And then they'll make up some dumb reason, you know what I'm saying? Be like, see, but y'all wear all black all, you know, y'all be wearing that all black all the time. I just don't get down with that.
I go that
You know what I'm saying?
I got that hatred in y'all.
Yeah, y'all got that
I
hate.
love everybody.
Y'all just too black. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just too black. I just can't deal with that.
Oh, God.
You know, we're just still Christian.
What them up?
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't shake Christianity, you certainly don't know all the devices of the white man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he hate us a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I said, oh, man, I ain't gonna lie, that shit pissed me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you gonna be a hatred when they hate you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And your people, and your children,
Come
and your family. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Okay, let's keep going.
come. There is no speech, no language where the voice is not heard. The line is gone out through all the earth. And the word is to the end of the world.
Okay. Where we at?
We on 19 and 4, Shalakia.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. So you keep going, Ward.
Hold on, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, so I keep on. Come. And them have he set a tabernacle for the sun. Oh, okay, we passed it already.
Keep going.
Come. I'm on 6, Shalakia.
Go on to 5 again.
Come. Which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoiced it as a strong man to run a race.
Verse 6.
His going forth is from the end of the heaven.
Right. So what is this saying? What does it say? What does it mean? From the end of the heaven. What does that mean?
In the sky.
It means he goes from one end of the heaven, right? And he starts there.
The sky.
On his course. On his course. Read it. Keep reading it.
No, but I'm saying from what now I know.
Okay,
heaven
cool.
is in the sky.
Right? Read.
And his circuit unto the end of it.
And his circuit. What is circuit? Where does the word circuit even come from?
Circuit. Like a circuit.
It comes from the word circle. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it. It says his going forth is from the end of the heaven. Means where he starts from.
Sky, way in the mountains, no?
No, not in the mountains. Sun don't be just in the mountains.
Oh, God, I was thinking something else. Come.
Okay. That and his circuit unto the end of it. Means he goes from one end of the heaven to the other. That's what it means. Where the universe begins is where the sun starts his run.
We're still talking about the sun.
Right. You know, this is history science. You know what I'm saying? It starts from one end of the heaven and then goes to the other. Heaven has a cutoff point. He starts from the cutoff point, the beginning, and then goes to the end. That's why it said, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
His going forth is from the unto the end of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof.
All right. See what I'm saying? Because that heat goes from one end all the way around to the other, circles and goes to the other. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Yeah. We can learn things. Like I was saying before, the son followed that order to go from one end of the heaven unto the other, just like he do every day. You know what I'm saying? He's very consistent. You see what I'm saying? Until he's given another order. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, what we do now, could you imagine if the son just got, it was like, why I gotta keep running, why I gotta, well, guess what? How would the earth be if he said that?
Like if I may, Lord, getting in his ass.
Yeah, but think about it. Imagine, what would it be like?
Cold some this day, cold that day. I mean,
We'd be all messed up. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'm glad you mentioned that. You know, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna make me a better soldier. Let's hope for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to get your ass in line, get your ass in check. You know what I'm saying? Follow the orders. You know what I'm saying? Just like the son do to the Lord. Hold him up.
Right.
Cut him come. That's a perfect example.
You know what I'm
You know what
saying?
I'm saying? It's the stuff I never knew.
Yeah, the son, he runs his course. He do what he's supposed to do every day. He come up everyone like he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
He might come out just for a little while,
You know
but he comes out. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, and everything that the Lord makes has a spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's why Christ said the rocks will cry out.
So, man,
you know what I'm saying? Everything the Lord makes has something to it. You know what I'm saying? Because everything in heaven is alive. Everything. The walls, all of that.
I heard you say that before.
You know what I'm saying? All of that is alive. Because there can't be no death around him. You see what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
Well, let me tell you. Let me give you an example.
Death around him.
Right?
What do you mean?
Around the Lord.
Yahweh or God?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think Christ said, with my dead body, many shall rise? You know what I'm saying?
Because can't be no death around him.
Right.
Why
He's the God of the living.
Okay.
Not of the dead. He's the God of the living. Why do you think he said the rocks will cry out? Because when his presence comes, everything is going to come alive. You know what I'm saying? Everything. He's the king of life. Everything comes alive. Regardless of what it is. You see what I'm saying? That's how people is going to be raised from the dead. You know what I'm saying? That's how. His presence come up on the scene. Everything pop up like toast. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Hit that on the mouth.
Everything pop up.
Go.
You know what I'm saying?
Toast.
Yeah. He's the king of life. You see what I'm saying?
Go.
That's how the dead will be raised. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. When Elisha died and he was in the pit, they took dude that died and threw him in the pit where Elijah bones was at. Dude popped up. You see what I'm saying? He popped straight up and was living again. You see what I'm saying? That's what type of power the Most High have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's the king of the living. You know what I'm saying? He can bring anything to life. That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why Christ said the rocks will cry out. That's why he said that. Rocks are dead. You know what I'm saying? He come on the scene, everything comes alive. You know what I'm saying? That why you think the scripture would have said they should tell the rocks to fall upon us? They talking to a rock for?
Right.
Unless the rock is alive. You see what I'm saying? It's alive. It's going to be alive. That's why they're going to tell the rocks, fall upon us. Yeah, it's that deep. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Let's get back with the scripture though.
Come on.
As a matter of fact, let's go to we're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, verse 7 and 1. It's a lot.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Right.
It's the apocrypha.
Oh yes, an apocrypha. You got apocrypha with you?
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon. Okay. Fifty-eight.
71, Wisdom of Solomon.
Come 71. Wisdom of Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon, 7 and 1. I, myself, also am mortal.
I am a mortal man.
Come. Like to all.
Like to all. He said, I'm a mortal man just like every other man that was made before me. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And the offspring of him that was first made of the earth.
Where do we go back to?
Adam and Eve.
No. We die. Where do we go back to?
Began to learn of Noah.
No. When we die, where does our bodies go? What happens to us?
Will be risen again.
What happens to our bodies?
We go back to the earth.
Yeah.
Dust.
Yeah. We go right back. Read it again. Take it from the top.
Come. I myself also am a mortal man.
Yeah, I'm a mortal man. Means I'm not, he's saying I'm not a god or any of that.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Immortal.
I'm a mortal man. Yeah, he said I'm a mortal man. I'm a regular dude, just like everybody else.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Like to all. Damn.
Like it to all. Go ahead.
Come. And the offspring of him that was first made of the earth.
That was first made of the earth. Go ahead.
Like the first man that even walked
He's just
on
like
earth.
he's saying,
He's
I'm
the
just
same.
like, yeah, I'm just the same. Yeah, I'm just the same.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And in my mother's womb was fashioned.
Was fashioned in his mother's womb. Was fashioned, made. Fashioned, made.
That's what that means, fashion.
Yeah, that's what it means. His members were put together. He was, you know what I'm saying? He started to get, you know what I'm saying? He had the big head, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A big head and a little, you know what I'm saying? He was started out as a sperm. That sperm turned into a big head, little baby. You know what I'm saying? And then the body started to be formed around it and all of that. The head got a little smaller. You know what I'm saying? He fashioned just like everybody else. Go ahead.
To be flesh in the time of 10 months.
In the time of 10 months. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's fashioned at a time of 10 months. I mean, the Lord already had, you know what I'm saying, his destiny and everything planned out before he was even formed. King David also confirms that too. You know what I'm saying?
Being
Go ahead.
being compacted in blood.
Compacted in what?
Blood.
Compacted in blood. Go ahead.
Of the seed of man.
Of the seed of man. What is the seed of man? What is that? Sperm.
Damn, not
you know what I'm saying?
I
Just like any other,
you
you know what I'm saying, baby is made. He pretty much said it. He just like any other baby that was ever made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With no, immaculate conception or none of that. He's made just like everybody else. Go ahead.
And the pleasure that came with sleep.
Right. The pleasure that came with sleep. You know what I'm saying?
I never know that it's sex.
Not only that, but what is he doing inside the womb? He's in there chilling. You know what I'm saying? He in there inside the womb, curled all up on the warmth of his mama. You know what I'm saying? What she eat, he eating. You know what I'm saying? He's chilling. He's cold chilling. Go ahead.
And when I was born, I told him the.
Yeah, because he wasn't screwing nothing inside the belly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Read that part again.
And when I was born, I drew in the common air.
Read it, take it from back up a little bit.
Okay, so it's and in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months.
Right.
Being compacted in blood.
Compacted in blood.
Of the seed of man.
Of the seed of man, the sperm of King David. Go ahead.
And the pleasure that came with sleep.
Because you in the womb, you ain't got labors. You up in the womb and everything, you chilling. Your whole, you know what I'm saying? You in there, moving around, you know what I'm saying? You in there chilling, sleep, getting your rest. That's another reason why babies sleep so much, you know what I'm saying? For their growth. That's part of the pleasure that came with sleep. You know what I'm saying? He's tucked up in that belly, you know what I'm saying? Warm, got food to eat, got the little, you know what I'm saying, the biblical cord and all of that going, where he, you know what I'm saying? He's being nurtured. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And when I was born, I drew in the common air.
So when he was born, what did he do? He started crying. Wah! You know what I'm saying? And breathing in the common air that everybody else breathes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And fell upon the earth.
Said he did what?
And fell upon the earth.
He said he did what? He fell up on the earth because the way that we would do things, women wasn't laying on their backs and having no kids. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff that we do up under the white man. You know what I'm saying? Which don't even make no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? You got a 9-pound baby. It's best for you. I mean, it just makes sense. Gravity should do a lot of the work when it comes to delivering that child. You know what I'm saying? What do? They take, and then you have the women around her and all of that, and she pretty much plops the baby out while she's stooting. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you go into Exodus, when it said we should see them up on the stools.
So like, what do you mean stooting?
Stool.
What do you mean
the stools? Stooting. Yeah, squatting. That's how we had it. That's how our women had the babies.
And it's more easier.
Yes.
Now
gravity makes sense. Gravity.
Now do a whole different way. You got to push her out.
Yeah. And then a lot of women die just behind that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women die because it don't make any damn sense. You sitting there trying to push something horizontally that should be pushed. You know what I'm saying? Gravity should do a lot of the work. It puts extra strain on the woman, and a lot of women die in childbirth because of it.
So like,
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I mean, how do they do it now in ISUPK? Do they do it the same way or?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no child born in ISUPK or nothing like that. So I don't know. I never saw it. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't say.
I'm thinking that'd probably be the best way.
It would be the best way.
According to the Bible.
Have all the women come around and everything and comfort her, rub her back, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that before. I mean, not seen it myself, but I heard about it. You know. where they, you know what I'm saying, where they have the woman walk around the little thing a couple of times, and then she stoops, and they all with her. All the maidens is with her. You know what I'm saying?
Or something?
Yeah.
That's
and then she plops the baby out.
That's the way
Bing.
If I have,
you know what I'm saying? I think that whole, you know, that the whole laying on the back stuff, a lot of that stuff come from Egypt. That's the reason why they said, you know, the women of Israel are lively, and they bear. You pretty much saying they bear quickly, because they were on that dumb stuff, science experiments, trying to do brain surgeries, babies on the, you know, woman on the back. You know what I'm saying? You know, while we had a different culture.
I'm gonna do it like this.
You know what I'm saying?
So
that'll be the best way to go. Let's keep reading though.
Which is of like nature.
Which is of like nature. Because think about it. The earth, which is of like nature, what color is man naturally?
Color.
Yeah.
Depending on
what color is the man naturally?
Red.
No, man ain't no goddamn red. Huh? The man naturally. What color are we?
Depends on the race.
Come on, man.
Oh no, it's like it. I think.
What color are we?
We say brown and black.
Actually, no one's black.
Brown.
Yes. What color is the earth? We grow afros.
Brown.
What does a tree grow?
Black. Brown and black. Brown.
Tree grows an afro too. His afro is just green. You see what I'm saying? We grow erect, right? We're made to walk up on our feet. And we grow afro.
What do you mean walk on our feet?
We have feet. And we like walk on them. You know what I'm saying? And we grow afros. A tree grows up brown and has afro too. See what I'm saying? It has the same thing.
Bushy.
Right. He needs water. We need water. You see what I'm saying? A lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that comes. That's why you got people that eat earth. You know what I'm saying? They do have a little bit of understanding, but it's misconstrued and, you know, messed up and everything. You know what I'm saying? But you have iron in your body, right?
Okay.
What does the earth have?
Iron. And it's like the resources.
Iron, water. Look at all the minerals that you have inside your body. Do a science experiment on it. Ask questions. Ask scientists questions. You know what you'll find? You'll find the same elements inside the earth. You know what I'm saying?
We're made of the earth.
Yeah. You have low iron, what happens to you?
You get sick,
you get cold as fuck. It's lucky. You get cold. Especially, there's a common thing with women, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women that I've, you know what I'm saying, you know, been married to and everything, you know, have low iron. You have to have iron. Iron helps to keep you warm.
What?
Iron.
What iron though?
Like, iron. Like the metal iron. No, the metal iron is the same thing.
What food that produces that?
Oh, you can just look that up. There's a lot of foods that produce iron. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
I like peanut butter.
Yeah, anything that produces iron. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the different minerals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll find those same things. There's a big attachment between you and that. You know what I'm saying? There's a very big attachment. You know what I'm saying? You lack any of the minerals that come from the ground, you're going to be sick. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get supplements. and all of that. You ever seen somebody have to take iron supplements? I have. You know what I'm saying? They have to take pills and stuff like that because they lack that. You know what I'm saying? You know. Let's get back to the scriptures, though.
Okay. And dude, I was
read. Try to read like you talking.
As all others do. I was nursed.
It said as all others do. Is that what it said?
Come.
All right. As all other men do. Go keep going.
I was nursed and swaddling clothes. And
take your time, warrior. So we know what you're saying.
Swaddling and
swallowing. Hold on. Where you at?
4.
Okay.
7-4.
Okay. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with cares, because he was a baby, right? All right. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. None. Because they were all born. They all made the same way. All right. For all men have one interest into life, and the like going out. You know what I'm saying? Because all men are born, and then all men have to what? All men are born, and all men have to what? What's the end, warrior? Come on, mighty man. Just get ready to take that opposite test. Give me some answers, man. It's simple. It's not hard. It's not hard. All men are born, and all men have to what?
Die.
There you go. Say it loud.
Die.
Yes. All men have to die. Okay. Go ahead. Read that. Read it. Take it from the top on that.
For all men have one entrance into life.
All men have one entrance into life. They come right out the box. Go ahead.
And the light going out.
And the light going out because they all get put in that ground. You know what I'm saying? And where the first man came. They all got to go back. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me.
He prayed. And this is some wise stuff right here. When a man, when a child or man, whatever, prays for understanding and wisdom and stuff like that, that is one of the most dead ringers that comes from the Lord. It has to come from the Lord for you to even ask something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're carnal beings by nature. You know what I'm saying? We're carnal as hell. In order to ask for wisdom and understanding like that ain't even you. It's almost like it ain't even you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even you asking for real. It's the spirit of the Lord on you to even ask that. You know what I'm saying? That's why King Solomon said this. You know what I'm saying? Read that, take that from the top. Read it again.
For all men have one entrance into life, and light going out.
Go ahead.
Wherefore I pray, and understanding was given me.
He prayed and understood it because he understood that. He understood, damn, you know. And the King Solomon was a man that always thought about things. He was that kind of man. He always thought about stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know, the Lord started to move you, you know, in ways like that. He's like, damn, I understand we all born. He started asking questions like, you know, how did we get here? How did that get? Why is this? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? So now he started to, you know what I'm saying? And that moved him, you know what I'm saying? He seen, damn, you know, so we born and then we die. He's like, I just want to understand, you know what I'm saying? I just want to understand. And the Lord blessed him with that. And the Lord like it when you make prayers like that. You know what I'm saying? Do it.
I ain't gonna lie, I want to learn that prayer you talking about. So he like it?
All you got to do is ask.
Like it?
All you got to do is ask. He understand your language. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to come with some formulated great, you know what I'm saying? Like you really going to impress him, you know what I'm saying? By some type of, crazy, well-educated vernacular or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just ask. That's all you got to do. Just ask. But do it with respect, of course. That's all you got to do is just ask. He understands who you are. He knows who you are. He knows he understands your vernacular. He understands that you come from the ghetto and stuff like that. He's not moved by any of that. You know what I'm saying? He totally understands it. As a matter of fact, a lot of times he like that better. You know what I'm saying? Just like what we do in the UPK. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, he be thinking the same way. A lot of things he think the same way the UPK think. You know what I'm saying? He's not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he sits high and looks low. You know what I'm saying? He'll give you what you want. You can ask him, you know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to sit there and say, well, you didn't say that right. He's not the white man, and he's not a Christian Negro or any of that. You know what I'm saying? He understands you well. You know what I'm saying? And he, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying before, a lot of times he like it when you talk like a nigga. You're more honest then. You know what I'm saying? You talk like a goddamn white man. You just trying to play a goddamn role like him. You know what I'm saying? And he's not so much moved on that. You know what I'm saying? And you talk like a nigga that, you know what I'm saying? The Lord like niggas that like being niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He don't want you just playing a role trying to act like somebody else and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He likes it when you're you. So let's get back to the scriptures though.
For all men have one entrance into life, and the light going out. Wherefore, I pray, and I'm standing.
Right. When I pray that prayer, there's a little bit of something into myself. When I pray that prayer, I don't even know how the hell I was even moved to even ask that question. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I did the same thing with King Solomon. I didn't understand none of the Bible at all. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand. It was like it was just, you know what I'm saying, he was blocked. I couldn't understand nothing. I spent time in jail, all of that stuff, and I didn't understand a damn thing. I'm sitting there reading, but I didn't understand nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? And I asked that question, and then it started just coming into fruition. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up saying something, one time I was like, damn, I said that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where the hell did that come from? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that couldn't have just been me. You know what I'm saying? I was never the brightest candle in the box. You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight up, Go ahead.
Look at you now, you're a beast.
And that's what the Lord, he always do. You know what I'm saying? He'll do what you ask. I had no understanding. I was in LD, you know what I'm saying, and learning disability, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, I couldn't understand a damn thing, nothing in the Bible. And I spent, 6 months in jail and still couldn't understand nothing in the Bible. When I was trying to read it, you know what I'm saying, all the time. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much kind of gave up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he do, you know what I'm saying? You ask, you know what I'm saying? There's a scripture that say, when you receive not because you ask not. You know what I'm saying? He said that you asking something out of a pure motive being. He got you. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Sometimes he can be closer than we think. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know he did it for me. You know what I'm saying? I used to think Pat Robertson was that damn dude. But you remember that he used to have a little thing, the 700 Bring It On? I used to be like, man, I thought he was so amazing. Because how he be answering questions and stuff like that. I thought Pat Robertson was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a little section called Bring It On where he'd be on there with the white woman and that black woman and all of that. He would just be answering these questions. I'm like, damn, how could I ever be like that? But now I'm 10 times better than he ever was. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I used to marvel and be in awe of what he was, you know what I'm saying? He could do stuff and everything. I'm like, man, the Lord made me 10 times better than he could ever be. You know what I'm saying? That go to show you how the Most High be moving, how he be working. He be closer than we be thinking. Straight up. He be closer. You know what I'm saying? We think of him as so far off and everything. Somebody we can ever know or anything like that. He's closer than we think sometimes. I'm just saying. You know? Let's keep reading, Warrior.
Okay. Wherefore, I pray, and understanding was given me. I pray, and understanding was given me. I call upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came to me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's like what you were talking about.
All right.
I prefer her before
Scepters means kingship and thrones. Even though King Solomon was made the king and everything, he preferred wisdom before that. He didn't want wisdom so that he could just be a king. You know what I'm saying? He wanted it regardless of what standing in life that he had. And the Lord blessed him and made him a king. Made him the wisest king that ever walked. You know what I'm saying? Made him skillful, so skillful and everything. The Lord seen his sincerity of heart, and the Lord's like, man, I'm gonna hook this nigga up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hook this dude up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord loved the way that he, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing, when he asked for the skillfulness and everything and the wisdom and everything, he's like, he totally humbled himself. He's like, Lord, you know, I don't know how to lead your people. Please give me what I need to be able to lead your people. And the Lord's like, damn, look at this dude. You know what I'm saying? The Lord marveled at him like, that's my nigga right there. And he gave him what he needed. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He's like, man, that's my nigga right there. I'm gonna hook this nigga up more than he even think. He don't even know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Lord be. You know what I'm saying? You ask the Lord for something, you know what I'm saying? And then he give you way more than what the hell you even, you know what I'm saying? Like, good night. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Lord can get down. You know how he can get down. Let's keep reading, warrior.
Okay. A throne and esteem riches nothing in compassion of her.
Okay, where you at? What verse you at?
7 and 8.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
7 and 9 now.
Okay.
Neither compared I unto her and precious stone.
You know, he didn't compare any of them. He chose this as his top thing that he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Because all gold and respect of her is as little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her.
Right. Go ahead.
I love her above health and beauty.
Right.
And
See this? You see this stuff right here? He chose her above all health, beauty, riches, anything. And that's why the Lord hooked him up like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted wisdom more than anything on the earth. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be skillful in guiding the Lord's people. You know what I'm saying? His inheritance with the throne and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading, mighty man.
and chose to have her instead of light, for the light that comes from her never goes out.
Right. Never goes out. You know why? Because you can always see when the Lord bless you with wisdom, you can see things. That's what it means. The light don't go out. You know what I'm saying? You get dexterity of thought, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading.
All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands,
Right.
and I rejoice in them.
Now, when we talk about them innumerable riches, remember when we talked about how the kings of the earth would come up to King Solomon to get the wisdom? He would drop a few words on them. And they come in with all these great gifts, with trains of gifts, just to hear what he had to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you start to get into the knowledge of the lights, how the lights work, airplanes, whatever the hell, guns, whatever the hell else. You know what I'm saying? When those things didn't even exist during these times. What do? They take the word he say and then they go process it among each other, and then they start to formulate, you know what I'm saying, what it is that they want to do. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why he got so rich. We become like this because everybody gonna be coming to us for the answers. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we need to be harder on people with giving them anything. I'm just saying, this is me. This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like General Muhammad been saying this for a little while. He should start charging people for counsel. If he stops counseling people, the light's gonna go out to them for them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So now, just like we gotta pay for the physical lights, they should have to pay for that, the spiritual lights. You see what I'm saying? Maybe we need to learn that crap. You know what I'm saying? You know that though? Maybe we need to learn that crap. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not even super huge. A lot of times with, you know what I'm saying, doing, you know, things like it, because they'll, you know, people call us and all the time asking all of these questions and stuff like that. That's why Cap always be like, you paying tithes? That's why Cap always do that. You know. And that's a hell of a question. It's a good ass question to be asking them. They should be paying. You know. We in the game, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, they need to, you know what I'm saying, drop what they got up on us if they love this truth like that, right? And they want answers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it makes sense. Shit, this stuff don't run free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to go scrounge and try and do stuff and try and make something out of nothing and all of that. They should be contributing. I'm just straight up. You know what I'm saying? If not financially, labor something. I mean, damn. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into the read, boy.
Oh God. And I rejoice in them all, because wisdom goes before them. And I knew not that she was the mother of them.
Go ahead.
I learned diligently and do communicate, for she is a treasure unto men that never failed.
Okay, give me a second word. I learn diligently and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of God, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. A lot of gifts that come from learning. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? When a person, you know what I'm saying, put in mind of these scriptures and stuff like that, you're gonna, reap a benefit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know. I understand go, you get what you put in. You know what I'm saying? You know. We'll go ahead. Well, man, let me see. I'm gonna try to shift on to something. Another. Okay. Let's go to verse. Matter of fact, let's go to verse. We skip down. Let's go to verse 16.
For in his hand are both we and our words.
Go ahead.
All wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship.
Knowledge of workmanship. Like you're a good roofer. You know what I'm saying? You're wise in roofing. You have understanding. You know what I'm saying? You know what to do when you get up on that roof. You're a craftsman. You see what I'm saying? There's wisdom in that also. In whatever craft it is that you do, there's wisdom there also. Skillfulness. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep going.
For he has given me certain knowledge.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Don't read too fast. Or you've given them what?
Certain knowledge.
Yes. Of what? Let's keep reading.
Of things that are.
Of things that certain knowledge of things that are. Think about this. He asked for it, right?
Okay.
He asked for it. King Solomon asked for it, right? What we got to do?
Absolutely.
The answer is simpler than what we be making it. You know what I'm saying? It's simple, but you got to put in that work, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in the work to get it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Namely, to know how the world was made.
Here it is. Go ahead.
And the operation of the elements.
The operation of the elements. You see what I'm saying? The operation of how they all work. You know what I'm saying? How everything works together. You know what I'm saying? King Solomon had knowledge of things that, you know what I'm saying, that will blow or bust a normal dude's brain. You know what I'm saying? Real tough. He had knowledge of all kind of things. That's one of the reasons why nobody wanted to war with him. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know, I heard that there was a game that they would play. Just like when the Russian czars and stuff play chess and the mob bosses and all that play chess with each other, trying to see each other's moves and what they would do and all of that stuff. Well, they would do this all over the earth with kings all over the earth. You know what I'm saying? They would play these games with each other, with seemingly friendly games, but they weren't really friendly games or a goddamn war, seeing what this dude would do. You know what I'm saying? What these guys would do. They would send catch questions and stuff like that, right? And they would send them to different kings. You know, and if the king couldn't answer it within a certain amount of time, then he was taxable by the king that sent him the question. That's a practice they used to do. You know what I'm saying? He would be fined if he couldn't answer it. And that book said that a lot of those questions all over the earth were sent to King Solomon, and of course, he solved them for a fee. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, let's keep reading though.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times.
Where'd you get the go ahead?
The beginning, ending,
The
and the midst
read it
of
slow, warrior.
the
Whenever those
beginning,
comments, wherever those commas pause.
the beginning,
Go ahead.
ending, and midst of the times.
And the midst of the time, beginning. What does this mean? What does this mean? The Lord gave him understanding of the beginning, ending, and the midst of time. What is the midst of time?
The middle.
Right. The beginning, the ending, and midst of times. So that means
Wisdom to all way to
yes, King Solomon was able to figure out things.
The middle and
that's why in Ecclesiastes would have said there's nothing new under the sun. He understands certain things in the beginning, in and midst of times, all in between. So he knows, he's wise enough to know when something is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Just like we know America's getting ready to get destroyed. How do we know? Because we know things that happened in the beginning and midst of times, Sodom and Gomorrah. What state were they in? Right before they got destroyed, you know what I'm saying? King Solomon understood these things. You see what I'm saying? All during the middle, end, and beginning, all of that. Understanding times. Issachar with that gift, you know what I'm saying? You know, with the Mayan calendar, which the Mayan calendar was kind of, you know, it was that's a bastardized version of what they were really able to do if they were with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Even though they still have that gift, they get back with the Lord, they're gonna set the calendar straight. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be all confused. You know what I'm saying? And what time we're in and all of that. We're not gonna be confused and none of it. They're gonna set all the calendars and stuff straight. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why when King David was in power, it said the men of Issachar that had understanding of times. You see what I'm saying? And what the king should do, because they became part of his advisors. You see what I'm saying? Because they understood that so well. King Solomon, you know what I'm saying? Everything is seed time and harvest. And that's one of the ways that times is measured by. It's actually the way. Times is measured by that. Seed time and harvest. There's a time to sow, a time to till the ground, and a time to reap. Go right back to the first occupation. What they say about the first occupation? They say prostitution is the first occupation in bull crap. No, it's not. Farming is. You know what I'm saying? Go back into Genesis. What was Adam's first commandment?
to plow the field. No.
No, it wasn't just to plow the field, to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? How you replenish the earth. You give the earth a Sabbath like it's supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? You work the ground for 6 years and you let it rest in the 7th year. That's one thing that George Washington Carver also knew. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. And he helped that's why he's called the agricultural father, you know what I'm saying? The scientific what they call him, Cap?
Father of agricultural science.
Yes, the father of agricultural science. That's why they call him that, because he knew that concept. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, he also made the goddamn motor plant. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think he called it a motor plant? Well, because he's the father of agricultural science with the earth. That's why he calls the car factory. That's why it's called a car plant.
Abraham?
No. George Washington Carver. You know what I'm saying? The scientist. You don't know? Y'all know what? Oh man, they don't teach y'all nothing in these schools nowadays. George Washington Carver. You got to look him up, warrior. You know what I'm saying? He's the father of agricultural science here in America. black man. You know what I'm saying?
That's ain't gonna teach that like me.
Yeah. I'm surprised. They used to teach about George Washington Carver. You know, he's the one that did all the stuff with the peanut and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
So you're talking about George Washington? The president?
No, George Washington Carver.
Uh-uh.
You know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was born a slave. You know what I'm saying? And didn't even have, you know, a solid education like that. He was goddamn teaching. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then he dressed, you know what I'm saying? It's messed up because he went to a seminar or whatever, a science seminar, you know, a lecture or something like that. And he had his like slave clothes, a little bummy suit, you know what I'm saying? And they asked him why he was dressed that way. He was like, yo, if you wanted you wanted a suit, you know what I'm saying? You wanted a good suit, I'd have brought you one. But you said you wanted a scientist, so I came. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. That's that salt of the earth stuff, you know what I'm saying? But let's get back to the read though.
Mm-hmm. For in her is an understanding, spirit, holy, one only, manifold.
Okay, where exactly are you at, Warren?
22.
Okay. Okay, yeah, keep going. Wait a minute, hold on. No, you skipped down, Warren. Let's go back up to 18.
The beginning, ending, and midst of time. The alteration of the turning of the sun.
The alterations of the turning of the sun. Remember what we was just talking about? The sun has different, you know what I'm saying? It's hotter on one side than it is on the other. Like I was saying, that's the reason why the sun could be shining bright in the wintertime, but we don't be scorched with the heat of the sun because that's the cool side of the sun, even though it's bright. You see what I'm saying? There's another secret right here, too. It's not like what you see when you look at NASA and all of that, how all space is all dark and all of that, right? Man, all the space is lit up when the sun's up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it don't even make sense for just to beam right down there at that time like that. No, it lights everything up. You see what I'm saying? That's why you look at the sky and it's so bright and blue. You know what I'm saying? The sky, the clouds all, you know, fluffy and white, and you know what I'm saying? Well, let's keep reading though.
And the change of seasons.
The what?
Change of seasons.
The change of seasons, right? The change of seasons. Fall is not as cold as winter. You see what I'm saying?
Go.
Because it turns, it alters, and shows another side of the sun that's not hot, super hot, and it's not cold either. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of in between. That's why the seasons change like they do, even though the sun still do what it do. Still raise up, you know what I'm saying? Do the same thing, but in the summertime it gets 101 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Because now you get into the hotter side of the sun. You see what I'm saying? Because of the seasons. And the sun alters and changes. You see what I'm saying? Certain things grow. The sun turns a certain way. Now you have the springtime coming. Everything starts to spring up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the time of life. That's one of the reasons, Christ was born during the time of life.
That's like I was thinking that thing.
Yeah. Christ was born during the time of life. That's why when Elijah rose up the woman's son that died and everything, It was the time of life at that time, and he sprung forth just like everything in the spring spring up. You know what I'm saying? He sprung up just like that. It's the time of life. And that was, what was that? That was a prophecy. All prophecies are not spoken. A lot of prophecies are signs, only signs. You see what I'm saying? So when he was rose up during the time of life, which was also a forerunner of Christ being slain and rising up at the same time, and he was born at the same time. He was born, actually, Christ was born during the same time, 33 years later, as you know what I'm saying? He was slain 33 years later, you know what I'm saying, from the time that he was born. That's why the Passover was on its way, right at the time when he was being crucified. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the reason why. And that was the time of life that Elijah rose up their woman's son at the same time. Years and years earlier, as a prophecy of the Messiah. Now let's keep reading.
So God, the taking of years and the position of stars.
And the positions of stars. Because what do people use stars for? They use stars for direction. You see what I'm saying? Where they can find, that's how they was able to find Christ. You see what I'm saying? When he you know what I'm saying, when he was just a baby, when he was a toddler and everything, that's how they was able to find him. They said his star is there. The star for him. And that's how they were able to find him. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they came with gold, silver, frankincense, and myrrh. You know what I'm saying? All kind of precious things. You know what I'm saying? They found his star. Go ahead.
The nature of living creatures and the furry of wild beasts.
What's it? The nature of what?
Wild beasts.
What was it? The nature of living creatures. Start there.
The nature of living creatures.
The nature of living creatures. Think about it. You see a dog. You know. Okay, that's a dog. Look at his habits. Well, what I need to be is not to be like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Think about it for a second. Now, you know King Solomon had to be thinking, you know what I'm saying, because he had all the heathen women and stuff like that. You know, he had to sit back and think and look at the nature of a dog and be like, damn, am I like that? Is that me? You know what I'm saying? Is that me right there? Is that how I am? You know what I'm saying? He always observed everything. That's one of the reasons why he was so wise, because he observed everything. You know what I'm saying? And he always wanted to know the inner working. What is that about? What is that? Let me look into that. See what that is. He observed all kind of animals. That's why he was able to speak on so many things, because he observed everything. Go ahead.
You said Solomon?
King Solomon, yes.
Okay.
He observed everything. Everything that was around him. He observed nature, the nature of, you know what I'm saying? And he knew what animals were like under certain nations. So he also knew how to handle them. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He also knew how to handle them. You know? Real talk. He was able to find out because he spoke on many things. He spoke on plants, all of that. The virtues of the plants. What can they do? You know what I'm saying? The operations of the sun, the moon, the stars. He observed everything. And he studied it. You know? He actually, you know, when he prayed to the Lord, he put in that work. You know what I'm saying? To find these things out. And the Lord blessed it. And that's one of the reasons why he became the wisest king that ever lived. He was very diligent when it came to that, too. You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of people limit ourselves. He didn't do that. He wanted to know about any and everything that he could possibly learn about. And the virtues of it, the wisdom of it. You know what I'm saying? He would observe the horse. You know what I'm saying? How the horse was so fearless when it came to running into battle. You know, that horse would run into battle. The arrows and all of that shit be flying around. And he see that the horse didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And he learned from that also. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, he learned his cut of wisdom off of that. You know, the eagle flying. You know what I'm saying? He's seen that, what the eagle does. And then he started to know the character of the white man. You know what I'm saying? Even in the more intricate detail. And that's the reason why, also, too, there was no white man inside the nation during his time or King David's, because they both understood the same thing. Go ahead.
See, your knowledge of King David, you can read better than King David. Just by your knowledge of King David. It's like you study King David. You can be a good, I'm saying, you can be a greater warrior.
I like to study all the prophets,
know that.
You know what I'm saying? All the prophets, all the mighty men, and stuff like that. What did they do? How were they thinking? You know what I'm saying? During their time.
Salaki, well, all you say, man, I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna picture myself in there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you got to be. You want to be a good history teacher? Learn that skill.
I can see you, like, you know all that. You could be more greater than that. When I told you, you're a warlord or the mug. Like you
want to be a good history teacher? Put yourself inside the story.
But like I don't see his thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You like combat. Ain't gonna lie. You like combat. On the mug.
I really do. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that one. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know? That's why me and Captain Boss, we vibe so well. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, man. You know, that's the reason why we vibe so well. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit.
Hey, I already see a cat walking up the
I already like this guy. You know what I'm saying? Already. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching, you know what I'm saying? You talk about risk and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, remember that class that you did? You talking about risk? I'm like, shit, that's my nigga right there. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna be some bad, man. Like, hey, this shit's wearing off for me.
Hell yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Especially talking about today. I ain't gonna lie. My life ain't gonna be the same after today.
Man, get in solid, you know what I'm saying? Run it, you know what I'm saying? Run this thing, you know what I'm saying? Come on, you know what I'm saying? Become past that officer's test, you know. And get it in, get ready for the battle. You're already in the battle anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Up the stakes, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's go back to reading though, warrior.
The natures of living creatures.
The natures of living creatures. Go ahead. Like I was just saying, he watches all the creatures because King Solomon also had an import of animals coming to him. He had a zoo. He had a dope zoo. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Remember that guy? He had lions and peacocks and all kind of stuff imported to him. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he would watch the natures of those. He would see the peacock. You know what I'm saying? And see how flamboyant the peacock was. Decked out, dope, with all that, you know what I'm saying? Turquoise and all the, you know what I'm saying? And his pomp, he's like, you know, he'll see that peacock and everything and be like, go ahead.
If I may, that's probably where the oppressor learned from. The zoos and all that, they study all the animals. They probably, I should always say to myself that they study all the animals. That's how we know all the animals. But no, they probably learned from him.
Of course.
Damn.
He would just drop some stuff. I mean, look what he did inside Proverbs. That's why he said, consider the ant. Consider this, you know what I'm saying? Consider that.
I never knew.
So we will learn stuff. Consider the locust. You know what I'm saying? Now, what was the wisdom? Give me a second, warrior. What was the wisdom with the locust? Let me just let you
What are
drop something
locusts?
in.
I don't know what locusts.
Locusts are them, you know what I'm saying? The like the cicada type deal.
The bugs,
you know, the grasshopperish type of
the bugs,
cicada type
they
thing.
fly.
Yeah, they do. I mean, here's the thing. They're like in the grasshopper family. Anything in the grasshopper family. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now think about this for a second. Talking about the locusts, they have no king, but they go forth by bands, right? Let me tell you who the locust is. The locust is the white man. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you why. White people, if you have a bunch of white people anywhere, right? It don't even have to be a leader over them. They see a black dude, you know what I'm saying, and you know, like say for instance, you know, he say something, they'll all think the same thing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is how they do us, because we're not like the locusts. This is how they do us, right? They'll say something like, you know, this white boy can do such and such, can dunk and such and such. But let you be in a situation with them. Because niggas will happy you'll agree with them. They're like, yeah, that white boy cold. He's such and such. But let you be in a situation with all of them, and then you say, yeah, look how that black man be dunking on. You know what I'm saying? And they all going to think the same thing at the same time against you. You know what I'm saying?
Lucas.
When nobody's even a technical leader over them. You see what I'm saying? They're all thing, and then another thing too, because the ancient Egyptians was the same way. That's the reason why when the Lord sent in the plague of locusts, right, to Egypt, and they ate up all the crops and everything, right? What did the Lord end up doing with them? The Lord made a wind come and blow all of them into the sea, which was a forerunner of what he was going to do with the ancient Egyptians and run their behinds into the goddamn sea also. You see what I'm saying?
See, I know what you mean till now. You say locust. I say Lucas. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Remember that guy? The Lord ran them into the sea, threw them locusts in the sea.
Locust.
And then later on, that's when he took the Egyptians and threw their behinds in the sea also and drowned them in the sea. And the white man, the Gadites called the white man the locust people. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because the locusts come through and they eat up all the goddamn crops. What were the white man doing? He was doing the same thing. That's why the Gadites called them the locust people.
And that's the shit.
Because the locusts don't profit the land in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? They just eat up every damn thing. Yes.
Destroy it.
Yes.
Oh, man, so lucky.
That's the reason why the Gadites called them that.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. That's the reason why the Gadites called them the locust people. And just like the Lord drowned the locusts in the sea, in the Red Sea, the same sea that he was going to drown that he drowned the Egyptians in. You know what I'm saying? And they had, it's funny, because they didn't have no wise man among them to let them know what's getting ready to happen to them. They didn't see, and when they had all these magicians, you know what I'm saying, and all that, you know what I'm saying, they had all of that, but nobody could see that sign. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, the Lord drowned them in the same sea that he dropped them locusts in. And the white man is the Egyptian today, and they called him the locust people. You know what I'm saying? I done got to veer it off a little bit. Go ahead.
Sometimes I wonder where you get your knowledge from.
I asked for it.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, you be killing the fucking game.
Well, I was just talking about it. I asked for it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? Ask and, you know what I'm saying, you shall receive. You know what I'm saying? You know? That's what the Lord said. You know? I didn't say it.
I don't know how to explain it.
Ask.
I don't know.
That's all you got to do.
Got to. Like, goddamn, y'all get your knowledge from.
Yes.
Damn, you know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of us have a similar beginning.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, a lot of our beginnings are kind of similar in certain ways, just, you know, in different, you know, ways or whatever. But shit. I mean, it's like when it all boils down, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of us, you know, just we have pretty much similar beginnings, you know, in coming into truth.
Oh, Salaki, the girls on tonight, huh?
God, yeah, it is. Well, look, okay, let me see what time. Good night. Oh, good night. It's
Good night.
9:15. Oh, we
No,
ran
Salaki.
over. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki.
Hey,
Salaki, if I may.
we got a little bit lit.
Like, I was thinking,
like, I got kind of lit a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Where you get your knowledge from? You brought me to tears. Hold them up. It gotta be the Lord.
God,
Damn,
maybe he try to just use me to say what he won't said at the right time.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. And you got
to
to. That shit's powerful.
Work, you know
hold them up. Like, man, hold them up. Not turning to Napoli. We coming up to Lakia. Man, like that, man. You got powerful preaching, powerful lords like y'all, man. God damn.
Lord always use people to talk.
Man, I ain't gonna lie,
man.
God damn, man.
That's why a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, we be veering off and everything, and that'd be something that the Lord wanted. It wasn't even on, you know what I'm saying,
no,
when we was on. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know you was killing the game.
You know?
That's how you know you was killing the game. God damn.
That's how the Lord do a lot of the times, you know.
Damn, no, man, it's like you brought a lot to me. I ain't gonna lie, you, man, damn, my life can change. That's like no, it's no more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go harder or them up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You changed my life. You know what I'm saying? All the people watching, or them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, I can't believe that. This, hey, man, it's the best night of my life. It's the best day. You killed this shit. Hold them up. I ain't gonna lie.
All praise to the Most High. You know,
man.
Brings a lot of times he just brings stuff. That's why sometimes I kind of freestyle just to see what the Lord want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's exactly what you did. Yeah. Oh God, you killed the game. God damn, man. So lucky. Like, God damn, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, that you make one card now. Like, God damn.
Yeah, let's finish the read though, Warrior. We go ahead, Warrior.
Come.
Because this is some meaty stuff right here that we get ready to go over too.
Come.
Verse 20, Warrior.
20? Okay. The nature of the living creatures and the furies. What that mean? Fury,
like the anger and the rage. Like a bear, a lion, a wolf. You know what I'm saying? A snake.
Come.
You know, all of that stuff, the furies of wild beasts, the furies, their anger. Where does their anger come from? What makes a snake want to bite the hell out of somebody? You know what I'm saying? What makes a wolf want to attack and, you know what I'm saying, and snap some type of, gazelle's neck? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. The furies of wild beasts. You see what I'm saying? Why does he need to know this? Why does King Solomon need to know this? Because he needs to know how to protect his own people from the wild beasts that are the other nations. This is why his name was King Solomon.
What does that mean?
It means peace man.
You told me he never fought in any war.
Right. Everybody was too afraid to fight him, to be honest with you.
Smart.
Everybody was too afraid to fight King Solomon. That's why it was so much peace in his time, because they would take his wisdom and what he say and to catch questions and stuff like that. They go back and be like, some group wanted to come up against him, but then like that's not a wise move. And they'll mess around and go against each other just because, you know what I'm saying? He wanted that dude want to go against King Solomon, which they hate him as they self, but they like, damn, if they go against him, you know what I'm saying? Then that's gonna make it like we trying to go against them too. So what we got to do now? Now they're gonna have to take out the leaders that want to go up against King Solomon. Nothing personal, strictly business. You know what I'm saying? And now they have to take out certain leaders and everything if they want to get down like that. So everyone was in check. You see what I'm saying? Because they understood his skillfulness and his craftiness, because in peacetime, that's when they start playing these games. You see what I'm saying? They start playing these funny games and stuff like that. And King Solomon already knew. As a matter of fact, I heard a story. Check this out. I heard a story, right? Because remember King Solomon's very first wife. His very first wife was the daughter of the Pharaoh of Egypt. And she dwelt in the city of King David, and then King Solomon ended up having to move out. Go ahead. Yeah. Now check this out. She was the daughter of Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of his most beloved wives, right? Now, check this out. What this story that I read said that the Pharaoh would always, do stuff to try and smite, a King Solomon. He'd try and do sneaky things. You know what I'm saying?
Pharaoh.
Right.
Pharaoh.
Yes. The king of Egypt, he would always do sneaky stuff, right? All right. There was one time when King Solomon needed something built inside Jerusalem. And he asked Pharaoh to send some people to help him. You know what I'm saying? From his kingdom and everything, right? All right. What he did was he sent men. He used divination and everything, and his sorcerers and everything, and they find out what men was going to die that year. So when they start building, right, they would die off. And the builder, and then you had to hire somebody else to try and build on top of what the hell they just was doing, which would throw everything off. You know what I'm saying? So he sent those men there to King Solomon. Well, you know what King Solomon did? He took grave clothes, because you had grave clothing back then. Grave for the grave when you get buried. You know what I'm saying?
Died.
No. Check it out. He sent them back to Pharaoh with the grave clothing. You know what I'm saying?
It's because he got to bury his ass.
No. Here's the thing. This is why he did it. To show him that he already knew and he was already privy to his plans. And he sent them back with that. You know what I'm saying? He sent them back with the grave clothes because he knew those men were going to die that year. You know what I'm saying? And sent them back. And now Pharaoh get there and he's like, damn, this motherfucker know. You know what I'm saying? They used to do crazy, tricky stuff with us. Just like they'll do now. They'll do that now. You know what I'm saying? All kind of tricky, sneaky stuff. You know what I'm saying? They would do that to us now. That's the reason why I believe that, stories like that, might have some credibility to them. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole world wants to mess us up. Even when they act like they're at peace with us. You know what I'm saying? It's serious. I can't remember the quote that he said, but he sent them back with the grave clothes. You know what I'm saying? And the Pharaoh knew. He's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's other stuff. I mean, damn. I mean, there was a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It showed his dexterity. I'm not saying that this stuff is solidly true or whatever the case is, but I'm like, God damn, the wisdom in a lot of this stuff, you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm reliving that shit because of you.
What's that? What happened?
I'm reliving it.
Shit, that's what part of being a good, you know what I'm saying?
I feel that
we teach history and stuff like that. We got to put ourselves in the story like we was there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we was personally in the story. You know what I'm saying? That's part because that one brother, I didn't even, answer the question properly when he asked that question that was online at one time. Remember that, Cap? When he said, what did it take to be a good history teacher? That's what I should have said to
him. You told me that.
You know
this is what I should have said. I ain't gonna lie, it probably hurt you. You know what?
Yeah, it really did. It really kind of haunted me after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
On the mother.
I wish I had a thought to say that. You know what I'm saying? At the time. You got to put yourself in the story. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you, because it really is. It's you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we used to look at the History Channel and you have devils and talk about the Civil War. They look like it. They got the curled up little mustache and, You know what I'm saying? They put themselves inside the story, and it makes them so convincible. You know what I'm saying? Because they're living it right then. They're inside the story. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the keys of being a good history teacher. Put yourself inside the story as if you were there. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, you were. Let your spirit connect with that and rock it. You know what I'm saying?
Cold in the game.
We all gonna be cold in the game. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be living this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, straight up. We're gonna be living it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be there definitely, you know what I'm saying, living this stuff, and you know, as if, you know what I'm saying, that the people of old, the ancients. That's what we are. And that's what they don't want us to connect with. Connect with that, you become dangerous. You see what I'm saying? We got something the fake Israelite groups don't have.
They're getting arrested. Hold them up.
Yeah, not just that. They don't connect with this.
If I could.
You know what I'm saying? You know that, Cap? You ever notice that? They don't connect with this. There's a disconnect somewhere. With the fake groups and stuff like that, there's a disconnect. We got to connect. They have a disconnect. There's a separation, and that's one of the reasons why I never joined one of them fake groups. I noticed there was a disconnect there. So like they can't. I'm like they can't be right. If there's a disconnect between them and this, there's something. Even though they're quoting this, though, something is not connected. You know what I'm saying? I knew this when I was in the world. You know what I'm saying? Something is not connecting. The only time I ever seen this could be connected like that is with the I.S.U.P.K. And that's one of the reasons why I knew that this is the place to be.
Like it, ain't gonna lie. The new trackers I make, it's off of the cheesecake. Straight up, man. Or more
disconnect. When they say the law, statutes, commandments, that's not even what they even mean. They're using the quote law, statutes, and commandments. That's what they're doing. They're using the quote, but there's no connection with them with that. Because on the other hand, they'll sit there and say, if you're in my neighborhood and you got a warrant, I'm snitching.
I'm calling police.
Yeah, I'm snitching. I'm a snitch. How you gonna connect the two? Law, statutes, commandments on one end. I'm a snitch on the. How the hell are you gonna merge that together? How you gonna do that? Okay. It doesn't make sense. You see, it doesn't. There's no connection there. How can you do that? You can't. I'm a snitch. I'm a snitch. You ain't keeping law, statutes. Neither are you. You know what I'm saying? Neither are you. How the hell, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people using law, statutes, commandments. All these fake groups are using law, statutes, commandments, you know, and all of that is like this catchphrase. It's almost like a hook to a goddamn song. You know what I'm saying? But there's no connection with them and it. You know what I'm saying? There's no connection. They're just using it because they hear us say it. And then they're just parakeeting it pretty much. But they're not even thinking about that. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not, you know, when you start to go into detail with the law, statutes, and commandments, then you'll see where they fall way short in their whole belief system. You know what I'm saying? When you go like with for the purple group with their leader who was the cop, what? They say, the purple group. Their leader's a cop. He always say they fall back on no, because you ain't keeping law, statutes, and commandments. But then they'll sit there and justify the police and say he ain't doing no wrong behind what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? To lock it up, this black man over such and such he ain't doing no wrong. When they beat black men down and stuff like that, because their leader put two black men in 12 lineups. And then the heathens was even saying they ain't the ones that did it. He had them locked up anyway, and he got promoted the very next year in 2010. Yeah. He got promoted to detective the very next year.
Now they couldn't and shooting down in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they okay with that. They okay with that.
Like that.
You know what their excuse is? You gotta shut down the street because you ain't keeping law, statutes, and commandments.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That's what they say. Just because you ain't keeping it, not putting no blame upon the people that shot them down. You ain't keeping law, statutes, and commandments.
They ain't keeping,
exactly. Neither are they.
They ain't keeping law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
I don't want me.
You know what I'm saying? So
straight up.
Then maybe they should be shot.
Like it. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just saying. Maybe the police, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta put it, putting it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like it. I don't know what I would say if I seen them niggas. I ain't gonna lie. So like it. I don't know what I say if I seen some. I ain't never seen them before in my life, but I don't know what I would say. I don't know. Straight up.
I done seen them quite a few.
I ain't never seen them niggas. Straight up. Because I seen them niggas in the video today. They were saying, that's right. Sound like UPK. But they ain't UPK. Hold them up.
Right.
Straight up. I heard that shit today. Like, man, that's right. Man, hold them up. That sound just like us. I seen that purple ribbon type shit out there in Dallas right now. I thought that was us. Until I seen that purple ribbon type shit. Hold them up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's finish the scripture though.
Go.
Like it. That we done wear them way over time, but shit, it's just fun. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's fun, you know what I'm saying? Verse 20.
God. The nature of living creatures. And
okay, say it plain, warrior.
Like, you talking about go hard or go plain?
No, just go plain. Just plain where people can understand what you say.
The nature of living creatures.
The nature of living creatures. God.
And the furies of wild beasts.
The furies of wild beasts. King Solomon understood. You know what I'm saying? What an alligator do, what a serpent do, you know what I'm saying? Where does the furies at? He understood the fact that when a snake bites, a lot of the time, it's out of he's sneaky, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times he bites out of defense. You know what I'm saying? And he understood the fact that certain baby snakes have more potent venom than the adults. You see what I'm saying? Because they're feebler and more weak. You see what I'm saying? He understood that too. You know what I'm saying? The furies of wild beasts, he understands the fury of the lion because the lion has to make sure that he has to back off the hyenas and everything because everything wants to kill a baby lion. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there's a competition out there. So when he understood the fury of beasts, he started to understand these things just like he's the king. You know what I'm saying? In the world, he's a top king on the earth. We're the lion nation.
Go.
Everyone wants to kill our children. That's the reason why we have a 500,000 abortion rate right now. They're killing the baby lions. Same thing during the time of Moses. You know what I'm saying? During the time of Moses was the same deal. What did they want to do? They wanted to kill off the baby lions, Israelite babies. Same thing that they're doing now. He understands the fury of the wild beasts. You see what I'm saying? He understands that the white man is the hyena. You know, that's like they try to make it like we was a hyena on what was that? What was that movie got the cartoon? Tarzan or something like that, or the Zumba with Zumba and all that. They made the hyenas like they was black people. Had Whoopi Goldberg's coon ass playing one of the hyenas, and they had one as Busta Rhymes was one of them. You know what I'm saying? One was imitating Busta Rhymes, especially like how he was in Higher Learning. That's what he was supposed to represent. So they made it like we the hyenas and they the lions. You know what I'm saying? He understood the fury. King Solomon understood the fury of wild beasts.
That's it. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was playing the whole time in my pocket.
Oh. Well,
I ain't gonna lie. It's like
okay.
it. I ain't gonna lie. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Hey, they got me some claps and all that.
Good. Yeah, he understood the fury of wild beasts. You see what I'm saying? Now let's finish it out.
Go. 20.
Right.
The natural living creatures and the fury of wild beasts.
Where?
The violence of wind.
The violence of what?
Winds.
What winds that he's talking about?
Tornadoes.
Yeah. Where do tornadoes usually hit? Where do they usually hit?
You already know.
Where do tornadoes usually hit?
Suburbs.
Yeah. He understood the furies of winds. You know what I'm saying? And just like during the time of Christ, when Christ was on the ship on the ocean and that violent storm came, and everybody was scared and saying, "We get ready to perish." And what did Christ do? He rose up and rebuked the storm. He knew why it was coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he probably knew it was coming before it came. You know what I'm saying? And what did he do? He rebuked it because he knew it was coming to deter what was going on, what they had to do, the mission that they had to do. And he rebuked it, and the storm calmed down, and such and such. You know what I'm saying? Well, King Solomon had the understanding of the furies also of winds. You know what I'm saying? Hurricanes. Where do hurricanes come from? What path do they always take?
Florida.
We don't just want to say Florida. I said a path.
Good.
They take the path of where the slaves was brought across the Atlantic. They always do. You know what I'm saying? They always do. Go ahead.
The path?
Yes.
They
take the same path that slaves were brought. Yes. Hurricanes always follow the same path.
No, Salakia. Please elaborate.
Hurricanes.
Because I know all the flood come from the Florida keep pan on all that.
They start up in like Africa. Oh. And the water's there, and they form up and they whip up. You know, so regardless of where they start, they form the same path. You know what I'm saying? Going the same way.
Where's Africa? That's just way up top. Not so like it. What about Cap? What about Cap? Hold on. But it's from on top, man.
Africa?
You
just have to look it up.
No, Slug it, please. Buffalo. No. It comes from that side, always.
Yeah. Going to America. The same route, they follow the same routes we were brought across on the boats.
For real?
And you also have a higher shark, you know what I'm saying, concentration there also. You know what I'm saying? Well, because a lot of us was thrown off the boats. And as a matter of fact, the slave trade was shit. It was kind of like the dope game. Everybody wanted them. Everybody wanted slaves. You see what I'm saying? America, of course, being just like America is with cocaine, was the chief buyer of cocaine, also the chief buyer of slaves. The hurricanes follow the same patterns. King Solomon had knowledge of these things long before this stuff even happened. That's why he understood the furies of winds and stuff like that. He understood that. tornadoes, how they would hit the devil spots, the heathens and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Read that part again.
And the relation or the reasoning.
Okay, read it plain.
And the reasoning of men.
And the reasoning, what did it say? Say that again. Say it clear.
The reasoning of
The
men.
reasonings of men. What type of men did King Solomon deal with? He dealt with what?
All of them.
No. Kings and noblemen.
Okay.
He's a king, right?
Yes,
Kings
he's a
deal
king.
with other kings.
Okay.
Princes, people of noble. How you think he got a lot of his wives? How you think he got a lot of his ribs? Behind making alliances with different kings. That's how he had all them heathen ribs. It wasn't just he just went lusting after just heathen women all the goddamn time. That's not what it was about. He was the top king on the earth, right? What did he want to make? He wanted to make peace agreements with everybody because that's what a lot of kings do. That's on the top.
I learned that from you from all the movies.
You know what I'm saying? They make alliances. They make, you know what I'm saying? You know, allegiances.
Especially that one movie with the England and all that. You think a lot. I learned that from you from a lot of movies.
Right, you know, that's what they do. That's what kings do. It's not that he just want to lust after every goddamn thing. That's not what it was.
Make a,
you know what I'm saying? He want to make peace with the king of Edom. What did he do?
Marry him.
No, he don't marry the king of Edom.
A real? No.
Oh, okay, his daughter or something. You know what I'm saying? And that secures his. You know what I'm saying? Now it makes the king comfortable because you done reeled up one of his daughters. You see what I'm saying? The king of Africa, the king of Egypt, as we talked about. How did he make peace with him? How did he ensure the peace?
Well, he married his daughter.
Yeah. And he was doing this all over the world with everybody because he's the top king on the world. He's actually literally the king of the world. You know what I'm saying? Artaxerxes did something similar. That's why he had in his harem. He had all of those women of different places. You know what I'm saying? Making a peace agreement with all the places that he was in rulership over to stop the whole deal of maybe, you know what I'm saying, them wanting to try and overthrow him or anything like that. He's saying, I'm marrying your daughter, this is peace between us. I'm marrying your niece, I'm marrying such and such. And so now we join, you know what I'm saying? We cool. You know what I'm saying? You refuse, on the other hand, how are they going to think?
War.
Yeah. Oh, so the women of Persia ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? He won't marry my, daughter and this and that. He won't marry, you know what I'm saying? My niece won't marry, such and such. So it might be an unsettled, might be a little bit of, turbulence between us. Maybe I need to be afraid now. You see what I'm saying? That's how they was thinking. He wanted to ease and calm their fears also. Because he had the power to destroy all of them. So, in an effort to calm their fears and to make the peace, which his name is SHALAM, man, he did that. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't that he was just lusting all over them and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? You the top dog on the earth, you know what I'm saying? Different type of problems come at you. You know what I'm saying? People gonna want you some type or some peace agreement between you and them to make sure you don't goddamn go down and wipe them the hell out. You know what I'm saying? And then they also can try and use you against their enemies, whoever the hell they have, like Pharaoh. he had a problem with stock of the Canaanites.
Come.
And that problem was made manifest when he sent his army into that city to destroy them and everything. But here's the thing. He did that also to smite King Solomon because he knew that the Canaanites knew that there was a union between Pharaoh and King Solomon. So who did they look at and who did they put the blame on? They made it almost like it was his order. You know what I'm saying? To do the same, to do that, they made it almost like it was his order. Pharaoh would do sneaky stuff like that to smite King Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, we come into power, we just let everybody know we don't mess with no heathen women, period. So that thought don't even come to mind. But King Solomon messed up because he was a little loose in that area. You know what I'm saying?
So come.
What they did was they took advantage of that. What did the scripture say? What Brother Paul say? The stories of foretime or for our learning. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's for. We can just be better and stronger in areas. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn. We still got to finish the scripture out, don't we?
Like it's already 10:14.
Oh, okay. Damn, I did want to. We got off on some more other stuff. I want to finish it out.
Like
What?
I'm trying to do it online. I give it 4:30.
Okay. Okay. We finished this little thing.
Come.
We finished the end of 20 and verse 21, which is real short. It's real small.
Come. The Solomon, the wisdom of Solomon.
Right.
Come. You got the page? Because you're in there too.
I'm in it. Yeah.
You got the page?
Yeah, I got
The
it.
number, the page number.
The page number?
All right, if you want me to read
It's
that.
62.
Okay, come. 62. Come. 62 and
62 and the end of 20.
End of 20. Come.
When to talk about the reasonings of men. The reason of men, and we go from there.
8 and 20.
It said the violence of 7 and 20.
Come. The nature of living creatures and the fury of wild beasts.
Go ahead.
The violence of winds.
We went over that. Go ahead.
And the reasoning of men.
Reasonings of men. Go ahead.
The
diversities of plants. What they're good for. A rose is different from poison ivy.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Come.
Go ahead.
And the virtues of roots.
The virtues of roots. Ginger roots. You know what I'm saying? The root, the dandelion root.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because with the root locks a lot of the nutrients that's not even inside the flower itself. You know what I'm saying? You know, you dig in, like say for instance, the dandelion root. You go into the ground, you get that root out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they make teas and stuff out of the root. That's why I say the virtues of roots. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of other roots have all type of different, you know what I'm saying, different properties and stuff to them. Go ahead.
And all such things are either.
Let me read it, boy. And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know.
I gotta pick up my red. Make sure you do the first.
Cut. All right. Okay, we close it out on that. We still on there? We still going? Okay. We are the ISUPK, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, at the commanding Gen.YAHANNA. Pay ties, get this understanding, get this knowledge. Go to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge near you. And with that being said, Shalom, we're going to read these prayers. The announcements. Well, the ISUPK started out at 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is commanded. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Mayashua. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give the treasury department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, announce holy convocations from sheet. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, a module upon Hakidam, rise and face east. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Dash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Malapaka,
Malapka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Zaka,
Ozarika,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Asha,
Baharataza,
Bazaratasa,
Wa,
Dawa,
Yah,
Yah,
Mayim,
Amayim,
Dananawa,
Tamanawa,
Kam,
Gone,
Call,
Gone,
the
the one,
Laknaw,
the Lakuna,
Wapinaw,
Tawafna,
Laknaw,
Hawalakuna,
Wapinaw,
Hawafna, Dawda,
Tabayanaw,
Tabanawana,
Wanasai one,
the Dawu Tawan,
a ball,
a ball,
Shinaw,
Shawana, a yan,
Alright,
alright,
Ya,
yeah, Ka,
Amalakwa,
Allah,
Wa Allah,
what a Allah,
the part,
what a part,
La Walayam,
what a lion,
Aman,
Amon,
in English, our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name,
which art in the name,
Yahweh, thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
that will be done,
in earth
on earth,
as it is in heaven.
as in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us of our debts,
Give us our
as
debt,
we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not in temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
ever.
ever.
So be it.
So be it.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashimi Awashai,
Bashiri al-Shah,
Babakashah,
Baba Kashah,
Dananawa,
Damanawa,
Ka,
Yaka,
Ka,
Aka,
Daba'ah,
Daba'ah,
Kaumakala,
Kwamana,
Kaumarwa,
Kwamana,
Ka,
Aka,
the heart,
the heart,
Amatazariah,
Atawalaim,
Ka,
the cut,
Lahaku,
the Hatim,
Maki,
the Matthew,
Ka,
the cut,
Arakawa,
Askuwa,
Ataba'ala,
the other,
Garshan,
the Warsha,
Bashimi Awashai,
Bashiri al-Shah,
Wadaman.
the Wadaman,
English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
and
Yahushua,
then al-Shah,
please give us the power,
please give us the power,
power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness
all men sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all men disease,
power to cleanse the leper,
power to clean the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirit,
cast them out.
cast them
In the
out.
name of Yahushua,
And then I'll shout,
thank you.
thank you,
So be it.
so be it.
Hold on, give me a second. Well, I left this open. I didn't even know it. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah.
Wayah Shai.
Wayah Shai.
Wamaka Allah.
Wayah Allah.
Walahayim.
Wayah.
Matazaba Ah.
Wayah I.
Alawat Yahanna.
Wayah.
Alawat.
Alawat.
Asrayim.
Akayim.
Hakatayim.
Akayim.
Hakayim.
Akayim.
Wakwathin.
Walakasim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushai.
Bahashim Shai.
Waramah.
The Waramon.
The English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushai.
And Yahushai.
And Michael.
The Michael.
And the angels.
And angels.
Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
Generals.
General.
Captain.
Captain.
Officers.
Officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
And then Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Yabarka.
The Barakah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Washmarka.
The Shamarka.
Yahar.
Yahweh.
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 Ben Yahweh.
Ben Yahweh.
Aliyaka.
Yahweh.
Wakanka.
Conquer.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ben Yahweh.
Ben Yahweh.
Aliyaka.
Ayaka.
Washam.
Washam.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushai.
Bashir Yahushai.
Rock.
Rock.
Papa.
Papa.
A gun.
A gun.
A gun.
A gun.
All destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed of Israel.
Done.
Done. All destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed
Done.
of Israel. Done. Bashim Yahushai.
Bashir Yahushai.
Waramah.
The Waterman.
English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bless thee, keep thee.
Bless him and keep thee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Make his face shine upon thee.
Make his face shine at thee.
And be gracious to thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Lift up his countenance upon thee.
And lift up the countenance upon thee.
And give thee peace.
And give thee peace.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of
In the
Yahushai.
name of Yahushai.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect. In
Protect.
the name of the loved ones we just named.
And name of loved ones his name.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Bless ye Yahushua.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of
And
Yahushai.
then Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Evils and curses.
Leave you the curses.
Punishment, destruction.
Punishment,
The
destruction.
heathen
The heathen.
that speak against us.
That speak against
Like
us.
prophets.
The prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
Princes.
Princes.
The priests.
Priests.
The Israelite brothers in the school.
It's like brothers in the school.
Said evils and curses.
To leave you the curses.
And punishment, destruction.
And punishment, instructions.
Give me a second. To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure
And say loose the church
of the rich of Israel.
of the rich of
And
Israel.
refuse to give it to the school.
That refuse to get to the school.
Force the riches
What's their
to
riches?
enter thy sanctuary.
To enter our
And
sanctuary.
evils and curses.
To leave the curses.
And punishment, destruction.
And punishment,
To
instructions.
the Edomites
To the Edomites.
and the nations.
And the nation.
And their drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
The court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Prayer,
All the
prayer.
governments of our enemies.
Prayer, enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Emirate synagogues and army.
The Catholic Church.
The Catholic Church.
Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Israeli.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
ANS.
Skinheads.
Gay
Posse Comitatus.
Party coming to
Gay movement.
Gay movement.
Lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
National space program.
That's space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Reed.
Reed.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of the our people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all these
stand in the way
that stand in the
or
way
try to stop us
that try to stop us
broadcasting your word
from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet
Let
Earth.
loose all the plague.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go
Cause them to
to
go
and fro
to and from
through the earth
through the
and
earth
consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake
Let the plague
the
shake
house of the thief
the house of the
and
thief
the murderer.
and the murderer.
The Yahushua,
Let the house shine.
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel.
down with the flying saucers
Down with the flying
and punish
saucer.
all the heathen
And punish all the
that come up against us.
that come
As we
against us.
speak thy word,
As we speak that
let it
word.
be known
Cause it be
to
known
all
to all.
that is the angels that have done it.
That it's the angel that has done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media,
through the media.
throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole
Cause
world.
them to shake at thy coming.
Cause the shaker that coming.
In the name of Yahushua,
And then y'all shine.
thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Saw.
So
Means turn. Courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amad Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Barakah, Yazbatah, Courtesy salute to the sisters. Mother Shabbat, Majah, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Al-Thar, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Yasmatah, class dismissed.